Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast, episode 199. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, Headites, fucking Mesdames and Messieurs, fucking Damen und Herren, everybody.
Nothing's changed, Brandon.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I'm excited. I don't even know what to say because we have a fucking a rare appearance, somebody dropping in, and you've already heard him, and you can see him on your screen. Fucking Brandon is in the house, and we can't be fucking
Hello.
1 year, pretty much 1 year later.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Well,
February last year. I think 171 was my last appearance.
169. 169.
Oh, the funny
And,
yeah,
yep.
Woo!
30 shows. 30 exactly. Boom. Here we are. That show
Jason Lloyd
came out.
sent me the numbers. He said they've been steadily dropping the last 30.
Oh, they have. Patrons have been leaving in droves.
Yeah, I heard.
Some have in protest. Of
Honestly, I've been getting my own Patreon money for doing nothing.
He's fucking.
I'm getting $3 bills every month.
Yeah.
$3 bills. Awesome.
$3 bill,
Try
y'all.
to spend them.
Oh. But let me say,
awesome. Holy shit.
how many people there have been fucking, I can't tell you how many times things come up about you, Brandon. People want to know what you think about this. People want to know how you're doing. People want to know. And I think I would let a couple come your way and say, hey, listen, someone said something. But I kind of felt bad because I thought I didn't want to make you feel guilty. It wasn't about that. It was more like everybody loves you and misses you. And you come up in conversation all the fucking time on responses to the shows and in direct messages and in messages in Patreon. You're like, hey, how's Brandon? Listen, you come up a whole fucking lot. And I figured I would tell you now. I know everyone's going to be thrilled.
We weakened and birdies you, so they think you've been back for the last 15 episodes at least.
It was discussed.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
awesome.
Watson a Braden mask, and we just put
Well,
sound
I mean,
bites
I
in.
never planned to leave the way I did. Everything got out of control here, and I just sort of disappeared. So I appreciate people reaching out and stuff like that, and people have reached out to me privately, and I've talked to a couple people, and it's awesome.
And there's been a
man.
ton.
For real. You're beloved.
That pretty much just, pretty much in general, people are like, I hope he's doing okay and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing missing from this episode would have been Brandon's insight. And we were like, okay, enough. It's enough.
Honestly, that's probably been missing from most episodes that I'm not on is my insight.
Absolutely. No, let's be honest. No,
Even Levi Etheridge reached out to me.
Smashing those tapes is just not the same.
No, he did. He's like, I know C's a fucktard, but you know what? I miss you, man. Get back on the show.
Levi Etheridge. Awesome.
Poor
Those
guy.
fucking VHSs.
Poor guy.
Practically the quietest out of the group of the loud assholes. It's just his name had the best ring to it for the war cry. He's like, I don't even know what this is. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was good shit, man. I've been talking about VHSs lately too, because a friend of mine, Joel, Fuel Man Joel, you know him, may know him better as that, on Jay the Dead's New Horror Movies. He is putting together this thing. Yep. And is probably in his, I can't exactly remember his garage, whatever, but he's making a whole mock video store. He's doing this stuff. So I had a lot of discussion with him about it. And I'm measuring the fucking, the VHS shelves, how much, because he's having one built. Because you can't get this. Dude,
you lucked out, man.
I lucked out. I know.
Get them. It's like,
I know.
top dollar now.
Correct. So he's having them built. It's cheaper to build like your own than to freaking try to buy them from an old video store or what have you. So I'm talking about the dimensions and this and that and some other stuff. And he actually sent me, by the way, I know I showed it to you, see, but he sent me their Friday the 13th, the final chapter CED that I have.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got all I need is part 2.
Take a drink,
C,
Brandon.
B.
You got your shot.
B, I have 1, 3, and 4.
11 months, nothing's changed. Right back to that.
Oh, every
Out
week
of the
it's still
gate.
something.
Ba-da, boom.
Well, how about that? Friday the 13th. There's a rumor about that movie coming. What the fuck? How could this even be possible?
A
Like,
new
seriously.
show, a new movie. It's like everybody's coming in their pants.
Yeah, but
except for
how?
Brandon.
I know Brandon hates all fucking, what do you call it? All franchises, period, at this point. He's done, basically, right? You'd say?
Franchises ruined me. The year
Well,
of
that's
the
why you
franchise,
left.
the year of the franchise took 5 years off my life.
See, especially Phantasm.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, that's why all the gray. It looks good. I like it.
Look like a
I
fucking
like that
skunk.
Jay Leno effect. Yeah,
It's not that
what-
bad.
so-
it's I
funny
should set my
enough,
face
though,
on fire.
that was one of the things. People said, like, we did the Halloween franchise, yet for our take, even though we never really, we kind of did an official Halloween Ends review, and you weren't on it. And that was one of some of the feedback going, this would have been the perfect retrospective, but Brandon was missing from the end one. And I just wanted to bring it up because you actually didn't mind Corey Cunningham, didn't you? Like, you liked it.
I loved it.
Or am I wrong?
See,
I
I knew he may. I knew he may. I didn't know he would.
I knew he may.
Because it trolled the fan.
knew he
It trolled
may.
the whole fan base,
Knew he
right?
may. That's my Asian girlfriend. Knew he may. Knew he may.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Right back
Dave,
in.
Dave, you were talking that you have gray hair. Your hair looks darker than it's ever looked to me.
I don't know. No, it's more my beard work. It's great. I
Oh,
can't
that's what.
put
Oh,
beard
that's
in-
right.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
sorry.
that.
You did.
I got
You did
that,
correct
too.
it and say the
It
beard.
sucks. B, you know what you should do? You should slick the gray on the side like Paulie on fucking Sopranos. Give yourself wings. That'd be great.
Should. Honestly, I
then
would
talk like
prefer it
this.
goes full gray at this point. I really
Do
would.
it.
I wouldn't
Give
care.
you wings, man. Red Bull gives you wings. You give Mr. Red Bull.
Did I bring this on the show again? You brought up Red Bull. What would that ad campaign be? Like, they should do this at the Christmas season where they have, like, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings. And from It's a Wonderful Life, and bring it into Red Bull. It gives you wings. And then, like,
You're right.
Why isn't any marketing genius come up with this strategy and plan?
All joking aside,
And why am I yelling?
that's brilliant. That's brilliant because it's a brilliant idea that's so simple that no one's ever thought of.
We do this all the time here. How many fucking ideas have we had about why don't you do this? No, it's true though. I always think about how come this isn't marketed here? How come they don't play this song for this and this? I think about it all the time. But that is a great one. See, yeah, Red Bull gives you wings. But Halloween,
Yeah.
Halloween. I'm not going to ask him yet because B is going to give us his top 22 at some point here. I mean, that's
and
how this whole thing got
I'm only
kicked
going
off.
to talk for about 10, 15 minutes for each film, so
That's fucking fine.
I'll move it
Talk.
along.
No,
Talk.
no one would. People would love that. I can't speak. I'm too excited to speak.
Hungry like the wolf.
People would wolf that down.
I got Brandon's balls in my mouth. It's so long. I'm
Oh,
tongue
fuck.
gurgling them. I don't
So
know what the
maybe-
hell I'm saying.
Maybe Halloween Ends is on his top 22. It remains to be seen. We'll see what he thinks about Mr. Cunningham. Because actually, it was on my list at some place, and it was. See, it was on yours or no?
Number 22.
Okay, number 22.
Coveted number 22 spot. It was Halloween Ends.
Mr.
Oh,
Irrelevant.
wait. This just in. We lied. We don't need to hear Brandon's 22 list. Oh,
What?
sorry,
Who said-
Brandon.
Oh,
See you next year.
feedback
All right,
has just
guys.
come in.
I'll see you next February.
But
Yeah.
but again, a lot of people have asked about Braden's 22.
Oh.
They wanted to know. It's
And
You know-
I guess I have to own up to this. I don't even know how I did this, Dave. But if you actually look at who's listed at best, Christian, Watson, Dave, the one that I won.
of course.
I somehow deleted you, and I didn't mean to.
You
I don't
may as
even know
well
how
at this
deep it-
point.
You got no votes, you get deleted.
Deleted. Nobody gives a fuck.
I'm like, uh-oh. But I was looking. I went to the
Good.
post, and I think I went to swipe up, and it's like boop, and it was just Watson and me on it. I'm like, what the
Good.
fuck did I do?
Good. I'm glad.
What do you mean
Save me
good?
the embarrassment. Save me the embarrassment. Who needs to
Well,
see
you're
my
gonna have to
low
re-edit.
numbers? at
Maybe
this point?
Brandon will win now. Uh-oh. Is he gonna come
We're
back?
gonna
with his
change. He's
camera?
gonna come back upside down. What if he came back upside
I
down?
was gonna make that joke that I was gonna plug myself in upside down, but I'm lucky I remembered how to set up. I got on here, so I'm like, what do I do here?
I was gonna remind you last night. I was like, "Fuck, man! I hope that you there's probably gonna be a Skype update. This is probably gonna happen."
No
Is your
Skype
camera-
update. No Skype
Amazing!
update.
Look at this guy.
The only
no
thing
update.
the only thing that was different is when I plugged in the camera, there's like a microphone that pops up on the camera now, so I had to disable that. I don't know why there's a microphone on my camera, but that was it.
You don't know why? So that's been there all the time, and you didn't know it was there?
No, but every time I used to plug it in the past, it would never pop up and show that I'm sorry, not a microphone on there. I would plug in my snowball, but when I plugged them both in this morning, it showed the snowball and the camera microphone both active, so I disabled the camera one.
Wow.
Weird.
Great story, guys.
What? Was there dust on the snowball?
Tell it again.
Did you have to dust the snowball?
Yeah.
You know, shit.
Well, are we jumping right in?
I don't know. Are we? We don't give a
22
fuck.
films. Yeah,
Well,
because I'm excited.
True.
I'm glad you binged. You said like the second half of the year was better.
Yeah, this is
for
the
you?
crazy thing about B. He didn't watch anything. I want a little bit of a, what do you call it? Let's have a little bit of
Intro?
a build up to his movie watching of 2020. Because for the longest time, he was watching so few movies. He probably took more shits than he watched movies for the first 6 months of the year. Seriously.
I watched 10 movies in last January before we recorded our year-end show for last year.
Right,
So after
sure.
that, I think I was at 13 films in April. So I'm talking about like 2-3 months where I watched maybe 3 total films.
Yeah, not 2022 horror, just movies. Period.
Movies.
Correct?
Most of my watches from last year were 2022 horrors. In fact, I'm going to include up until the last couple of days because I watched a bunch of movies between January 1st and now, just because I've been home and haven't really been doing anything else. I watched, including the 20 films that I've watched since January 1st to now, I've watched 136 total movies, and 116 were 2022s.
Wow.
That's it.
Nice.
Last year I did 288, 2021.
That's it.
116 this year, 136 total films, down from like 530 last year.
Well, the total films is definitely lower, but the actual 2022 horror watches, you still have the highest.
Yeah.
I was at 108, and that was the highest. And of course, you came in and trumped, you son of a bitch.
Well,
Get him off the show.
I was at 98. I was at 98 when New Year's came, and I binged like 18. You know what I do? I make the mistake. Like I'll go online, I'll type, top 10 films of top 10 horror films 2022, and you get Bloody Disgusting, you get Dread Central, you get all these other like weird publications I've never heard of, and I keep finding films on there. I'm like, I've never even heard of this. Add it to the list. Yeah.
Jason Lloyd had to keep postponing his because of podcast, and then he came back on. He had to listen to our podcast, and he had to listen to 22 Shots before he fucking put his out, because he knew that there was going to be some on there that he didn't watch somehow. That's the thing, and I hate to do it, but I'm going to pat myself on the back once again in this degree. Well, hold on.
I hate to do it.
I don't like to do it.
I hate to do it, but I'm going to do it right now.
I have to in this one instance.
I love every minute.
I believe my methods work, and I want to push them on other people. And just follow me, and you'll be all right. So it's like I have listened to every podcast and seen every list that I could see online and show that I can listen to. And even though some people may have watched 160 to my 80, seems funny enough that anyone that has any list at all, I have still seen every fucking movie that are in the top of their lists. This is what I do. I trim the fat. And now, it's a little bit of a fib because Moods had an animated movie in his top 10, and I forgot what it was called, and I did not see that. And
Mad Dog. Mad God, before I get in trouble again.
Yeah, Mad Dog. No.
I didn't watch that.
Mad Dog.
A lot of people love that film, Mad God and Spine of Night. And Spine of Night. I didn't see either one.
Spine of Night. That was the one that Moods saw that made his top 10.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Yes.
I think Scott had that too, right? Or someone loved that as well. I'm like, I didn't see that one either. How did I miss that one on Shudder? I'm pretty sure it was on Shudder.
It was.
I skipped animated, and I know it might sound weird. Why do you skip fucking animated, Dave?
I do the same thing.
In a year like 2022, like in modern horror, there's so much good stuff that isn't animated. Like I'll watch an animated in like fucking. We did a show for the 90s on 22 Shots, whichever one we did last, and I had that movie Fella Day about fucking cats. in my list because I know it was the 90s and it was a weak time and pickings are slim. So in that case, yes, take every avenue. But in 2022, pickings were not fucking slim. I didn't have to resort to fucking searching out animated fucking horror. I did watch Mad God. That's fine. But
was it good?
yeah, I liked it. I mean, it's certainly not going to be for everybody. It's just this fucked up world and all this fucked up shit's happening in it. You know?
But amazing stop motion. Like, I mean, that's really what it's about. Almost the experience more than the actual film itself, which is weird. I know, but hey, sometimes that's just what it is. Like I've loved movies where, I've mentioned on the show, the story may be thin, but just the experience, everything about it, won me over, whatever it may be.
Sometimes that's the case. There's a movie from 2023. I guess we'll talk about later what we've been watching. Ah, there he is. Davey.
I just watched that 2 weeks ago.
Did you?
That's him.
Again.
Mad Dog.
I had to look for. That's what I was doing. I'm looking for a picture of Davey.
Mad Dog. Yeah, that's him. How about Davey? Is he going to be in fucking Evil Dead Rise? Is the question.
Yeah, they should do it as a nod to that.
100%. Why not?
A Davy dog.
You know?
Davy dog.
A Davy dog. And then they can have a muffin. Imagine that would be a movie. Well, forget it.
Are we talking about snacks or dogs? A muffin, a Davy dog? It's like we're talking about devil dogs and muffins.
Right. A Davy dog.
Little Debbie's Davy dogs.
Man. It's just I know Dave doesn't watch trailers, so I haven't really had anybody to talk to about this since it came out. I mean, I could go online, but I mean, you know how that is.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yes.
Scream 6 trailer. Dave, if you don't want to hear, we won't get to specifics. But did you see it?
I did see it.
What'd you think of the trailer?
I'm actually very happy with it. I'm very happy with what it appears they are doing.
Same with me. And the first reaction, I watched it with my daughter, and I'm like, I think it looks better than the last one, but I'm not sure. Then I rewatch it. I'm like, why do I have this stick up my ass as usual? I'm like very happy with it, and they explain it. But it's funny. My son watched it, the trailer, and he's like, I thought this was a goof. This is his exact words. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a goof on YouTube because I saw the guy holding a gun, and I said, this can't be real. That's my son.
See? He knows.
11 years old says,
a fucking
no way
gun.
Could this be Scream. In his head, so he knows that there's gunplay. Usually the heroes have them. But when Ghost faces, there's been guns. We know there's been guns throughout the series. But for him to say that was very fucking interesting.
I could see it too. I could see it.
Yeah. But the way it's explained in the trailer makes total sense. Sure. I'm not sure, actually. Get a DNA test. Send the swab over.
Yeah, the old swabberoo. Speaking of the swab, how's everybody at your household? Feeling okay?
Yeah, Carrie, so she lost her taste of smell, sense of smell and taste again, but it was very short-lived. So by Tuesday, She was kind of back up and running.
What happened? COVID?
Tuesday night, she had COVID. She got COVID again, and none of us got it. Or supposedly.
Yes, somehow. Yeah. Yes, wonderful. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad she's up on
mine was
again.
just nerves.
You weren't running around with your pants off screaming, "Is your taste back yet? Is your taste back yet?"
I was. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thing. He doesn't want the taste of me. Then he doesn't even have to shower. I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't like the smell of my shit down there.
That's what we were talking about last week.
That's why I couldn't be gay.
Forget the smell. I don't like the look of my shit down there.
Hey, it's as if you were on the show last week. See, this is exactly it. Brandon's with us. It's
of course.
Yeah.
Spiritually and physically now. Yes, he is always with us. We've been trying to crack B jokes all the time, most of the time unsuccessful, especially mine. I do try them though. I'm like, B could have made that one work, but I try. I try to throw one out there. We even thought about, hey, what could we do if B never comes back? There is no other person. Remember, we had this whole discussion. People even weighed in, like, who is another person like B that can come in, that knows his shit, that has a certain sense of humor, that can blend in this way and do it. And we talked about everybody we know.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody.
There is nobody. It's true. He's a fucking. But it's true.
I'm an enigma. Let's be honest.
Well,
but it is.
But still,
so what did we do, Dave? The second we found out that you weren't coming back, I said the only thing we could do: take his head off the fucking poster immediately.
Got an eraser.
The minute it happened, I was talking with Scott and Heather, and I sent them the picture. I said, that was fucking quick. I had
kept it on for like.
I know, I'm teasing. I was like, I spoke to Dave this morning and told him I probably won't be back for a while, and I'm gone already.
See, he was just waiting for the word. See?
No, we kept it on and on and on. I'm like, because I was like, okay, he's coming back. He's coming back. It was all like positive vibes. And I'm like, okay, I think we got a definitive answer. I think. Because even that, you're like, I'm not sure. I'm just not, I don't think I'm going to be coming back. I don't have any, I don't feel like reviewing movies consistently yet.
I get that.
And
Fuck
so then
movies.
we're like, okay. Well,
you know what?
There it is.
I hate to say it, 11 months now. I still have no desire to like review movies.
See?
That's okay.
You know what I did enjoy though for the last 11 months? Making my year-end list.
Awesome.
I love year-end lists.
I love lists, period.
I do love lists.
Yeah, they're great. I'm a list fucking junkie. Just fucking hook them up. List of this. I don't care if it's the fucking top 10 worst smelling shit you ever took. I listen to that list. You know?
No, I was like, look at, because Scott and Heather were like the first to just leave Patreon the second you were gone.
Oh, yeah. That's true. They were the biggest fanboys of me. That's true.
Done.
These fanboys, the biggest two. Yep. Some others left too.
I noticed they haven't talked to us much either, Dave, since then either.
What are you gonna do? Well, we also didn't show up at that fucking event either. But I fucked up my foot.
That's true.
I didn't.
Yeah,
you
we're
know,
supposed to. Yeah,
I had a reason.
But I had a
You were
bad
right there.
schedule, but I really could have.
The Halloween thing.
Yeah.
Buddy, I wanted to go. Fucking Ginny was there.
Pissed.
Were you supposed to come to that too, though?
Of course, I was supposed to be there.
Oh, let's do it this year. Niagara Falls Comic Con. There's a lot of shit going on at that Comic Con. I'll tell you that. Between horror stuff and wrestlers who never fucking make appearances, I really want to go to this Comic Con thing. So, dude, yeah, Jesse Ventura's gonna be there. First of all,
that's the one in June, though, isn't it?
Yeah, smaller one.
Yeah, June's a bad month.
Oh, the circus does kick. Yeah, I know.
I almost guarantee that unless it's at the end of June, I can't go.
The circus is in full swing. I know. It is fucking June. I get it. I should know this.
No, I know. I'm gone the full first weekend. I've got something that week. I'm gone, and into the weekend of the next weekend. So as long as it's like possibly the third or the fourth weekend, there's an option. Possibly.
And then
speaking of Canada, and Scream, do you know once again? This is not going to be filmed in fucking New York. They're filming it in fucking Canada. It's in Vancouver this time. Or was it Vancouver for Friday? Or
it was from Vancouver for Friday.
Okay, well, it's someplace else.
Filmed. It's coming out in like weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess 6 weeks.
New York was once again Canada was once again turned into New York City. So more bullshit. They finally had a chance to right a wrong and actually put it in New York, and they fucking
right or wrong. They do this all the time. You're blaming these movies. Every movie does this for the interiors or for some exteriors down aisles. What they'll do though is they'll probably establish it better than Manhattan did, and you know what Jason Takes Manhattan did. And the other problem with Jason Takes Manhattan is he doesn't get there until the last act. That's the problem. If they had it come earlier, no one would have given a crap about Van Hatton or whatever Vancouver.
Van Hatton. So like a band wrestler. Yeah. Van Hatton.
Vancouver. Did you say Vancouver?
Vancouver?
I'm pretty sure you said Vancouver or Vancouver.
That sounds like a fucking
or Vancouver.
That'd be a good gay club, I think. Like in Vancouver, you know, a gay bar. Vancouver. I should go there just to open it. Vancouver. And then there'd be another one next door called Man Cougar for fucking women.
Why is Moods always here?
Oh, Maron. I don't even know what the fuck. Manhattan, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, maybe they're going to take a subway all the way to Manhattan this time instead of taking a boat. Is that what they're going to do?
Well, they're on a subway. I don't know if they take it all the way in.
Yeah,
subway is like a.
There is a subway scene in one of the trailers.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Someone orders a 6-inch, another one orders a 12-inch. Like you've never wanted a 12-inch before.
And then Dave shows up and says, "Did someone order a junior?"
Yeah.
7.5. It's right in the middle. The junior. That would be great.
No, a 9-inch would be right in the middle, Dave.
Yeah. Math was never his forte.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nor yours either.
I was thinking 5 and 10. I apologize. Okay,
I
all
was
right.
thinking 5.
It's a foot long, which is 12 inches. Yeah, of course. You know what I was thinking? Nah, I don't even know. I was thinking of that $5 foot longs and everything.
Yeah, $5 foot long, $5 foot long. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of love in that Scream 6 trailer, to bring it back to that, because it feels like a love note to a horror fan, not just Scream fans. It's a Scream sequel, but then they do things where there's some costumes and stuff. So again, being very vague because they don't want to give shit up. But the trailer, which has nothing to do with the movie itself, this particular portion is what I'm saying. They have a sound effect when the title card comes on at the end that is a at the very end.
No, stop.
Of the trailer. Yeah, but for fan service, for fun. He's like, no,
So
stop. He's
whoa,
like a negative.
For Scream?
Yeah, just at the end. It's just like it just trails off, like at the very last sort of image. It does a variation of that sort of Friday type sound effect.
They still got to fucking reference my shit. I don't
You thought
this is the problem.
To a negative?
You thought you were making him happy. You thought you were giving him a nod to his favorite franchise.
No, because I'm sick of them aping my shit. Scream would not fucking exist without fucking Halloween and Friday the 13th. And I get that.
Referencing it.
And I get that. But why don't you just stand on your own 2 feet? And like even the last Scream movie, all they talked about, basically, without coming out and saying it, was Halloween 2018 and legacy films and bringing Laurie back. So once again, they don't. One of their 2 feet to stand on is solely because of the existence of these other fucking movies, which, by the way, their fucking fanboys think are superior. I think that's my problem. It's not the movie themselves. It's the fanboyism of the Scream fans.
Different than
I think.
Trust me when there's Fridays. Well, that's already happening with the Friday stuff. It's fanboys and girls, fan people of every fucking franchise. We had it with Halloween. We saw what happened.
Fannies.
Scream.
Fanny Farmer.
Awesome. And now we're gonna see the fannies from the show and the movie for Friday. We're experiencing it now. The show wasn't what I wanted. The show's not what I wanted. I go, shut the fuck up. And now they have the movie, and trust me, the movie's not going to be what they wanted either. Because he's probably going to do Jason X2 or something like that. Knowing Sean Cunningham, we got to get it out of that mask. We got to get him out of space. No. Cunningham, just bring it back to Crystal Lake. That's what everybody fucking wants. If the fan films haven't told you anything, is you're doing it fucking wrong. Don't put him in fucking Africa. Don't put him in the past. Just,
Africa.
He finds a time machine and he goes back and Jason and the Argonauts or something like that. Like they fucking do something like they don't do any of that. Just give them a Friday the 13th movie. And then the show
takes Nairobi.
Trust me, I'm excited about the movie idea.
I think I'd rather see that. I want to see Jason in Africa.
Yeah,
I would rather see Jason in Africa than Space or Manhattan.
Yeah, he solves world hunger, and they play the Toto song.
It's like a feel-good movie.
On this the range,
feel-good movie
down in Africa.
Yeah.
Later on, I'm going to read something because I'm so glad you talked about Scream, because Fangoria, their Facebook account, said something about the latest Scream movie, and the responses in there from all these different people they are so much gold that at the end I literally said, I go, this thread is gold. Thank you for giving me material. And I knew I
saw that post. I don't know. Every time any of your friends post somewhere, if you hit the feed at a certain time, it will show up. And I saw that post that you did. Dude, for this. No one knew what you were talking about. They're like, okay.
It's not that long. It may take like 15, 20 minutes. But the responses of people and their different takes from the fact about this movie and things going on are so fucking funny, and people's strong opinions that they're unrelated. I'll do it later, but don't let me forget, because I think it's funny shit. I just think it's funny to laugh at people online, just the way they come off, and that's But do you know okay? Let me ask both of you guys while you're here. If I like something or comment on somebody else's anything, video, reel, post, whether or not you're friends with them or not, do you see that? Do you see Dave liked so-and-so's post in your notifications?
sometimes you do only for friends. Now, if we're not friends, it would just show up obviously in the post, but I would not get a notification. Like there'd be no notification. But because we're friends, it would say like, "Oh, Dave commented on so and so's post." But not. I think if you commented on 10 things, it's only going to showcase either like one of those, maybe the most popular post or your last post. I'm not sure which. That part I don't know.
But you have to be friends with both parties, correct?
No, just you.
Oh, so if
made the
I
post,
comment on Joe Blow, who you don't know, fucking you might see it.
You're always commenting on Joe Blow's shit. Always.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I do not have these. Maybe because I want as little notifications as possible, but I don't have this in my shit. I never have a comment when someone comments on someone else in my feed or in my notifications or any of that. So something happened between my wife and I because I was liking certain videos and I made a comment now and again on some things, which I will say this about my wife.
Videos.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I'll say this about my wife. She wasn't mad that I did it. She was mad because that becomes public knowledge. Because if she could see it, that means everybody we know could see it. And hey, it'd be embarrassing for her. Honestly, it's just fucking, chicks shaking their ass, black girls. Whatever. There's no need to even like them at this point. What am I doing? But still, it's just old habits die hard. I am who I am.
What am I doing?
I die. It's just, I don't mean anything by it. It's not like I'm going to travel and go some girl in some other state.
Welcome to social media, Dave. Everything's out there for everyone to see.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see what you guys are doing. I can't see what she's doing. But apparently, I have made my experience perfect to the point that I don't see what the fuck anyone else is doing. I guess that's the way I like it. But I had to say this. I had to ask other people about it, and I didn't know who to ask. So I asked you guys.
I don't have any notifications on. Like I don't get a little red notification. I turn that all. Like let me rephrase that. I don't get notifications. A little red dot will show up or whatever, but I don't have it like push forward or anything like that because that's fucking annoying. But when I go in on if I go to my news feed, it will show like Brandon Orlick liked whatever. Dave commented on so and so here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
I think it also depends on, again, if someone hasn't interacted with you for a while, I'm sure it's buried way down. But if there's more interaction, or if it's part of our core group, like I'll get things like Lacey Lou did this, Dan Chase, whatever, Rebecca Reinhardt, those things will all pop up, like because I guess there's some content. It's not like I'm talking to constantly, but because they're in our friend group and there's been interactions and whatever, I guess that just shows up as considered more important. So it shows up in your feed. I've never seen that you've liked a black girl shaking her ass. No,
we knew it. We never seen it, but we knew it.
It's common knowledge. No, but how can I say this? Are you talking about stuff in a group page? Because that I understand. A notification from a group page of a friend saying something. But I just mean in the general.
Well, no, I got that notification that you posted on that Fangoria thing and whatever. I mean, I don't know about in general, but maybe it has to be a page or a group or something, maybe. But I haven't really dug that deep. It just happens. I happen to see it. Like if I go in,
well, I'm glad
actually, it's better if it's on your phone.
I'm glad I know. And not that I'm going to be doing anything that's going to cause trouble again, because I didn't know this. You know what I mean? I was just being innocent fucking, I see something I like, I hit the like button. It could be fucking anything. I like a lot of fucked up shit. Some good, some bad. But I might like something just scrolling, so be it. I'm not trying to embarrass my wife by any means. Of course not. So anyway, lesson learned. But I just wanted to ask about that because these fucking reels, and they're constantly on my Facebook with the reels. You go down and you see the reels, and it's always a different black girl in her 20s or 30s or something, fucking shaking her ass.
Because you watch them. They see what you've watched, and they feed you more of that.
The algorithm knows. The algorithm knows.
I can't help it, man. I see a thing of beauty, I appreciate it to me. What do you want from me? I'm just a fucking person. But I ain't trying to embarrass my wife. I love my wife.
Why do I have severed feet on my feed?
You got fucked up shit on your feed. Did you have
that pornography, that was a mistake. That must have just been, they probably hid that as for everybody out there. I sent just to our group, to Brandon and Dave, I sent them this thing before I got the foot. post, which was
Before I got
odd as well.
Before I got the foot.
Yeah, before I got the feet, the silicone feet that you could buy. I don't know what the fuck you would do with those. Well, I can think of a few things.
Suck
but I
the
would
toes.
Yeah. Oh, and they were
Not
those
me.
long toes, like French fry toes, like finger toes. Like it was horrible. I think the pinky or
Gross.
the baby toe was bigger than the big toe. It was.
I
It
love
was
that.
all out of whack.
I
Was it
love that.
E.T.? It's E.T.'s
Oh.
toes.
Yeah, and the glue. It was glued in the. But before that, I actually got an ad. Whoa, here we go.
Oh,
Old
yeah.
habits
There
die
it
hard. Not even talking with my hands. I hit my mic again. But just full-fledged pornography just showed up on my feed, and it was just like, would you like? And it was barely censored. Like they barely censored anything.
It wasn't
I'm like,
censored
how
on
did this
my
show
end.
up?
It wasn't. I
Well-
could see your kidneys. You never did get me back at how much 5 centimeters is in inches.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, even Canadianized it. They're
Yeah.
getting good. They're getting good.
Well, you've been watching
Went from
Canadian
inches
porn.
to centimeters.
That's all there is to it. Who's Canada's top porn star? You know?
I have no clue.
Hey,
Okay, I thought-
he has a clue, but he's not gonna say it.
No, I have no clue.
Honestly, I'd have
Well,
no clue.
he
either.
doesn't know. I don't know who's Canadian that's in porn. I'll give you that much.
I honestly
What do
don't
I
know who
know?
the top porn star is today in America.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not into the who's usually on top.
Yeah, no.
I'm
I
a little
wouldn't-
more off the beaten path, you know. but you do click on the thing if you're on like X videos or
We
something.
heard earlier.
You click on where, if you want to know where they're from, you click on their ID, and you know it's usually whatever they have the flag there. I don't recall seeing a Canadian flag on any of them, so they seem to be a lot of United States and then European countries. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start looking to see if there are any Canadian. Matter of fact, I'm gonna Google it. Top Canadian porn stars.
Yeah,
I'm
that would
curious
be a
to
good
know.
way to make it good with Irene. It's
Yeah.
like, stop looking at these videos, but
You took the
I'm
words right
searching
out of my mouth. 2 seconds after he says, "I don't want to embarrass my wife. I'm gonna look up the top Canadian porn stars."
Well, it's only embarrassing if everybody else sees it besides her. She knows I watch porn. It doesn't matter. I still have sex with her. As long as I'm still giving her the goods on the normal, that's all she cares about. Is who can blame her? You know?
I don't think I've given the goods ever.
There it is, top
I've
20.
given the okay.
What the? This is odd. Tiffany Preston. You know Tiffany Preston?
I
Vandal
don't know
Vixen.
names.
Vandal Vixen. See if I know anybody. Vanessa Gold. I don't know any of these chicks. Kylie
I
Strutt.
barely know names of people I like. I gotta know
Lanny
names of,
Barbie.
like obscure.
I've heard of Lanny Barbie, I think. Could be
haven't.
wrong. Riley Nixon. No. Sonny Leone. Not Damian Leone.
No, Sonny Leone. I've
Sonny
actually
Leone,
heard.
isn't that from Godfather?
Sonny Corleone. Yeah, you're right.
Every time I think I'm out, they put it back in.
There it is.
There it is.
That's what we've been
She's
missing.
hot too. Sonny Leone. Shay Seitz. Grace Harlow. Ooh, Grace Harlow's pretty.
Oh, shit.
Alessa Reese. Kelly Summer.
Oh, man.
Kiana Dior. Shiloh Styles. Jenna Fox. Oh, I know who Jenna Fox is.
Brandon broke me there. That was really.
That was great. Amy Anderson, Ariel Rebel, Capri Cavalli, Nikki Benz. I know Nikki Benz.
I know Capri
Okay.
Cavalli. She's hot.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Marley Brinks. Oh, I know Marley Brinks. She's a psycho.
Oh.
Savannah Styles, Lauren Phoenix. Wow, there's more than we thought. Kirsten Price. Okay, that's all of them. How about that?
I've heard of
Marley
some of them.
Binks. Yeah, a few. I didn't know they were Canadian though, huh?
Hardly blinks.
Harley.
Binks.
Oh,
Binx.
thanks.
Hardly blinks.
Hardly
Hardly blinks. They shoot loads in her eyes, and she hardly blinks.
These things are stuck open.
Yep.
Let me just weld them. Let me just weld it out.
She does a good job. It's like Argento's opera. I think she got the things. Hardly
In
blinks.
fact, in the remake, that's instead of putting needles in her, that's what he does.
Would have been better
Oh,
than
this
Dark
this
Glasses.
is good. Oh, I didn't mind you. I didn't hate it. I liked it. I said it was my biggest surprise.
I didn't hate
What?
it. I just
Hate what?
I didn't
Dark
love it.
Glasses.
Dark Glasses.
Wow. I was
Oh, I
actually
like
very.
Not bad. Once again, he can't make a bad movie, and it's better than
It
his
wasn't
last
great,
three.
but I enjoyed it.
No, not great, but I liked
just
it.
wish
It was
had
on some
been-
lists.
I wish it had been a different killer and a different storyline leading to the killer. I just found that to be just very cheesy. Like, oh my god, the guy smells, and that's his reason for killing everyone.
I forgot already. See,
The guy he
I don't
worked
even
with
remember.
dogs, and he showed up to the prostitute because he didn't
Took a lot of
shower.
offense to it.
Yeah, she's like, you stink. Take a shower. He's like, I stink. I stink. I'm gonna kill every one of you for the next hour and a half. And I basically,
Wait a minute. That's what set him off? He wasn't a killer prior to that?
he probably was, but that set him off with her, and then he tormented her for the next hour and a half because she insinuated he doesn't use deodorant.
It's Italian. What do you expect?
That's great. I got to see that again. I never made the connection. That's great as anything. That's more realistic. Somebody gets told they stink, and they flip. They're just waiting for something to break the camel's back. That last straw. And that was it. A woman, if you can't even fuck a hooker, then you got a problem. If a hooker tells you no, I think that might set somebody off, you know?
She didn't say no. She just said take a shower first. I don't blame him.
I don't either.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to fuck a stinky person. Right. Matter of fact, one of the few times ever I turned down sex is because I didn't like the smell. I got up and I had to make a lie up, you know, and I said, we better not go this way. I might get feelings for you, and I don't want to do that at this point. So I spared her feelings, but she stunk. And I'm not talking about her vagina. I'm talking about her fucking armpits.
Oh.
Yeah. She didn't put deodorant. A vagina I could have dealt with a little bit, but no, not armpits.
If she put deodorant on her vagina?
Well, I'm just saying I've
No,
never
number
left
five.
because of the way one smelled, and I have some have smelled better than others, and I'll leave it at that. You know, but once you're that far into it, it's too late. I'm gonna do it. But this is the beginning stages. The shirt's coming off, you're kissing, whatever, blah blah blah, and I smell fucking stinky armpits. And the worst part is this chick flew all the way from fucking Michigan to Las Vegas just to have
That's
sex.
why she was tired from flying.
There he is. Fuck. And that sums it up. What has been missing? I mean,
This is
that joke right there.
I'm out.
B,
Yeah.
why don't you just come on for the first? Why don't you just come on for the first 90 minutes every week and then leave when the review starts?
I'll record like 10 minutes of material that you could just pop in at the beginning of every show. It'll just be one-liners and zingers.
It's better than us recycling the old stuff. Like our idea.
Right, we were gonna. Oh well, oof,
Well, how do you want to do it? Do you want to break it up and do us 22 to 11, or do we want to, like? I just thought we could do that, then talk a little bit more, and then go back into the.
To be honest, I'm gonna say this right now. I did 0 rewatches this year because I knew I wasn't like recording a show.
Fair.
So even finalizing this list was tough, and some of these films that are even super high on my list are just based off of one watch, and it's been a while for some of them. So I literally have them like, oh, number 3 is this, but I don't hardly remember it. But I know
Buddy.
I rated it right then on the spot, like higher than every other film. So I'm like,
dude, it's okay.
Hey, that's what most people do.
90%. No,
Yeah.
right. I was gonna say 90% of the fucking podcasts I listen to are one-time watchers. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
All right, let's get ready to tear this list apart.
I don't think, you know what? I
I'm
honestly
not-
feel like we have a lot in common this year. Now, I do have films on my list that I know you guys don't have. I'm not sure you guys watch some of the films I have on there. I'm not sure the people who did watch it like some of these films I have on there. But I will say a lot of the films, and I think I told you guys like 8 or 9 films on your list show up on mine. And a lot of the ones that you have on your list that didn't show up, a lot of 7.5s that just missed. Because that was my starting point this year. A lot of 7.5s. In fact, I had to leave off a bunch of good films.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on the year now? We've heard a lot of talking. You hear fucking all talking in the chat that we're in. And Moose motherfucking hates it, and I'm like kind of high on it as compared to like 20 and 21 at least. And it seems like it's more favorable to most people, but some people have downright hated it. What are your thoughts about it?
It's to me, it's definitely the weakest year we've done since we had started the show. But with that said, it turned out pretty solid in the end.
Nice.
Okay.
Like my
That's
top, my highest rating this year, and again, only one watch, so no rewatches, is 8.5. But I have like five
Oh,
or six
wow.
8. But I have like 5 or 6 8.5s, maybe even 7. Did I write the scores down?
Dude, I listened to a podcast yesterday, and one of the co-hosts, I'll just tell you what it is. It's not, why be cryptic about it. No More Room in Hell. And
Okay.
fucking, there was a movie, and it was both their number ones. And Jerry Cortez said that his movie, he goes, I believe that this is going to be my favorite movie, not just of this year, but of the entire 2020s. Okay? That's how high he was on this movie. And
Really?
now Don Anelli also, he one-upped him. How about that? He said this is my favorite movie of all time. How about that? And it was his number
Really?
one. And they were both the same number one at that. So, which is kind of interesting. I've never heard anybody say that on a podcast, and those two guys said that. And yeah, I found that
And it was
interesting.
the same movie.
It was the same movie.
I'm thinking.
And
you're
I
not
knew
gonna
what it
tell
was
us
going to
this
be
movie?
before it even started. I knew
know
that
what
one
I
of
think
them.
I know it. I think I know what it is.
You probably do. But I knew, yeah, before I even listened to the podcast, I'm like, well, this is going to be this guy's number one. And I did the same thing with some people. Duncan threw me a curveball, and here's the funny thing. The curveball that Duncan threw at me was the same one that Mike Merriman threw. I never would have thought Mike Merriman would have picked this movie. Nobody else picked. Some people haven't even seen the movie. And
Gee,
it was
don't you want
Duncan's
all the details now?
number one and fucking.
I want to know. I don't even know.
Yeah, I
Well, when
want
you're-
to know the movie.
Whose movie? For what?
Was Don's and Jerry's The Sadness?
It was The Sadness.
That's
Correct.
what I think. When you were listening, I figured Don was gonna have The Sadness. That's such a him film.
Yes, and it figured to me that it would be Jerry's too. It just made sense to me that it
Yeah,
would
I don't know
be. So-
Jerry's taste as much, but I mean, I figured it would appear on a lot of lists this year.
Yep. And the movie that was number one, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, for Duncan and for Mike Merriman was You Are Not Alone.
You are not alone.
You won't be alone.
Whatever the fuck it is. You
The
won't
folk
be alone.
the
The
folk
Witch.
car. The folk car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Shocked at that. Shocked.
I don't think I saw that.
No, I saw
Really?
it. It's very good. In fact,
mentioned
it's
it
on-
last
in fact,
week.
It's on my list, but it is a very good film. But yeah.
Well, let's do it then. Let's do your tops.
All right.
Well, not your tops. Whatever. You're 22 to fucking 11.
22 to 11.
Dave, this
Yeah.
is just for you. At number 22, I have 3 films tied.
Awesome.
You know what? I brought my list down and I realized I had 23
That is
films instead of 22, so I was gonna have 2 films tied. And then I made my
Nice.
list, and then I was just going through it, and I realized I left one of my top 10s off the list. I was like, what the fuck? I left my number 8 off the list. I was like, why is
What
it on
the
there? So
fuck?
now I have 24 films. Okay, so number
So now
22.
Spring is really 24, but it's a 9 out of 10, but it's my number 24. But my number 8 is actually only rated a 7.5. Is it gonna be one of those?
The more I think about that, the dumber I feel. That's the dumbest thing I've ever done. How can I rate a film higher on a list but give it a lower score?
Because you're
not alone.
you were.
Moose
I'll tell
does
you
that.
why. Well, that's why, because he was a 22 Shots fanboy before he came to this show, and he bought in on the Mood's rhetoric about the difference between favorite and best.
Yeah. I was
'Cause
spending too much time at Vancouver's. All right, so my number 22 is a 3-way tie between Hatching, Hellraiser, and Pearl.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Nice.
interesting. I knew that Hatching was a B movie. I thought you might like it a little more, but
Again,
I'm still glad
it was
made the
one
list.
one watch for all of these, and I had to have Pearl in there because I didn't want people to think I was hating on Ty West. Because Pearl and X, I gave exactly the same scores at 7.5. X, I just kept off the list, but they're both really good films. The thing with Pearl for me, which I think was the better film, is the second half is amazing. The first half was a little slow for me. Like the first 45 minutes,
wow.
I was just like, come on, is something going to happen? But then the last half was like 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Whereas the first half was like 6.5 for me. So that's why it like kind of averaged out to like a 7.5.
Good
That's
junior.
fair.
Yeah.
And fucking, it's funny because my number 1 and my number 2
Are right there.
Pearl
Yeah,
and Hellraiser.
yeah.
And you're 22.
I
That's
was
funny.
thrilled when I saw you at Hellraiser at number 2. I know some people gave you shit for that, but I thought the Hellraiser remake was fantastic. I loved
I'm
it.
alone in that boat, I guess. I fucking.
You're
blew me
not
away.
alone. I thought it was great. I mean, I'm not as high as you, but like I want to see them continue this universe.
As long as they keep doing it the same way.
For
yes.
sure. For sure. I admittedly, like, kind of like how you described Pearl, that was my experience with Hellraiser. Although there was a lot of good stuff at the beginning with the Lamont configuration. I'm sorry, old joke. But anyway, which I loved. But I just thought it was I didn't like the characters at first, but on rewatch. So that one came up for me on rewatch.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed it much more, but it still wouldn't have really made the list. It would have been just off, but it's definitely better than my initial experience with it, for sure.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
And that's the thing. Again, rewatch is huge, especially, for moving up or down the list. But so even though I feel solid about this list, it could easily change. My number 21 was Moloch.
Oh yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was I forgot. I said it last week because this is the thing with me in that movie. It was on someone else's list. It was either Watson or C, or maybe either way. When I had to give my bottoms, I had such a good year that my bottoms, fucking most of them except for one, had a rating of 6. I gave Moloch a 6, and I don't remember why, and I don't remember the movie. It was just one of those things that, and I guess that's enough for me. If I don't remember anything about the movie, I guess I just didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, it was. Now
I'm curious.
It was Dutch. It was like a folk horror story. I just remember it being very creepy, and I remember the ending.
Very creepy.
And the ending, the image at the end. There's a scene right at the last scene of the film, right before it cuts to black, which is like terrifying. I was just like, that's really scary. But I noticed that. I noticed that because I was looking at your list, and I noticed like the 3 films that you had asterisks next to, one or didn't have asterisks next to, meaning your lowest ones. I noticed Moloch was one of them, but I would recommend that one because some of the others you had, I agreed with you. You had Barbarians rated low, which I agree with you. I was not a huge fan of that one, but Moloch I would give another chance.
Yeah,
cool. I'm going to.
Especially when they get into like deep story and mythology and folk stories. Those types of films for me too require more than one viewing.
True. Let me ask you this. Did that movie start off with a guy talking to a mouse or a kid talking to a mouse in a wall or some shit? Like the thing came out and he was talking to it. It was a. Oh, you said it was Dutch.
Was it? What movie was that? Was that the?
I don't believe it was that one.
No, that was Wasn't that Orphan First Kill?
No, it was a foreign movie. I thought the guy
was the mouse in the wall.
It wasn't that. He was saying whatever the word. I thought it was German myself, but I guess maybe it was Dutch. Whatever it was some guy. He was like was it a kid or was it an older guy? Either way, he was like in some room by himself, and some mouse came out on some fucking stick, and he started talking to it or something. I don't know.
That might have been.
That was Harold in Friday the 13th Part 3. It was actually Edna. Sorry.
Now, Dave, you might be right because at the beginning of Moloch, they put the girl in the closet. They put her in like the pantry closet.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was a girl. Maybe not an old man.
Yeah, because no, you're thinking of it. Also starts with the old man, like the old homeless guy walking in the field and just like staring into space, and he's in a hole, and then they find him dead. It was again one watch. It even hurts me even though it made my list.
I gotta watch it again. I might have missed something here.
Yeah.
Good atmosphere for sure.
Yeah. Another good atmosphere film, my number 20, What Josiah Saw.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good
and
stuff,
great performances.
Yes. Interesting story.
Yeah.
The way they intertwined, and the end is what fucked me up. Because now I don't know how you interpret the end, but I actually interpret it as, holy fuck, these motherfuckers were doing some devious shit, the brother and the sister.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really the reason. Okay, so you agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that is fucked. And I kind of like that aspect of it. I'm like, damn, okay.
I think it was my number 23. It was just off my list. No, I'm being serious, because we did the part 2 episode.
Yeah. Yep.
My number 19 was Resurrection.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah. Rebecca
Pretty
Hall,
crazy shit.
It's definitely wacky as hell, but I love Rebecca Hall. She was great again in this, and
for sure.
Number 19, 18, Midnight. The is it South Korean? Yeah. Again, I
didn't see that either.
Again, it's what
it skirted the lines, right?
I actually originally took it off my list, thinking it's just a straight up thriller, which it really is. But then I saw people talking about it, and I read about it, and people had it on their list. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, we're doing 22. Yeah. It's on there. But
Right on.
it's an excellent film. Worth checking out. 17 is You Won't Be Alone.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. 16, I had Smile.
Nice. Good. I'm glad to hear that.
I
I'm glad
love
to hear
Smile.
that.
I love the Smile.
Boy,
yeah.
It was fucking. You know who had
Wait.
Smile was number one and shocked me with it? Was fucking Brian
Brian.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It was in my top 5, and I guess maybe it's not shocking
Because
for
Jamie
me.
had the sadness, and she just assumed Brian's was going to be the sadness, and that was his number 2.
right. Yeah. So that was cool. I loved it. It was like a J horror movie, kind of, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought out of it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's where my 8 started this year, because I give Smile an 8. So everything from this point on is like 8 to 8.5. I think my top 6 is 8.5, but these next 10 films are all 8s, and those first ones were all 7.5 to 7.75. Yeah, I had A Banquet at 15.
Oh,
Banquet.
I think I saw that earlier in the year. Was that on a Shudder release too?
No, it's on Hulu. That's the one where
not the one I.
That's the one where the girl stops eating.
Yes, I did see this. I saw this earlier in the year, I thought.
Maybe it was on Shudder in Canada.
I don't know. It just feels like everything's blending together now, but I remember watching that one too. Yeah, she stops eating. It's really kind of creepy. But then I think when all said and done, I thought it was just middle but you I can't even remember it. That's the problem.
I remember the ending being a little bit Saint Maudie, which kind of hurt it for me.
Saint Maudie.
Saint Maudie. My Aunt Maudie.
Better than Harold and Maudie.
Maudie.
But I gave it an 8, so I had to keep it at the 8 spot. Within the 8s.
I regret not seeing that now. I don't know why I skipped it. Something must have been going on at the time when I first heard people talk about it, and maybe early on, because I think it was an earlier kind of release, like early in the year, like C says. I think maybe a lot of people that were talking about it, something was up that I ended up skipping it. I've got to find out why, because now you're not the first person I've heard mention this movie at this time of year on the list. So now I'm gonna watch it. Now I might feel bad for not. Who knows?
The ending I thought of Saint Maud, but the story itself I thought of that. What anthology was it where the kid sees the box on the subway and then he stops eating? Was that Tales from Halloween? Tales of Halloween?
Oh yeah, one of those. I always get those confused. There's like that one, and then there's All Hallows Eve 2.
Or a Christmas Horror Story.
Definitely wasn't Christmas Horror Story, but
I think stops eating.
I think it was Tales of Halloween. Like they showed the kid, like the guy sitting next to him on a subway, and the kid's looking at the box on the guy's lap, and then he shows him what's inside, but you don't see it. And then like the kid stops eating, and everyone starts to wither away and die. That's kind of the sense of dread I got with this one, which was creepy.
Hey, what's in the box, bitch? That's a fucking callback to episode 1.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Oldie but a goodie.
Yep.
Or at least an oldie.
Just read your list.
You fucking nuts. Number 14, I had Missing, the Asian film.
Oh, that came out in 22?
Yeah.
I thought it just dropped. Everyone's seeing it at the show now.
Oh no, that's the new film. There's a new film called Missing, which is like the sequel to Searching.
Right.
This is an Asian film called Missing.
I apologize. Okay, Missing, huh?
Yeah, this one's from last year. Let me look it up.
2021, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Yes.
Crime drama mystery thriller, that explains my skipping. But
yeah,
what do you feel? Do you think what I consider horror? Or it's just one of those skirting, you don't know.
It's skirting, but again, it's one of those ones where I saw some people and heard some people talk about it and praised it, so I wanted to see it anyway, and I put it on the list. If this was a top 10, I would probably leave these in the honorable mentions, just because I would say they're not straight up horror, but it's a great film, so I always want to keep the films on the list to at least tell people to check them out.
Right.
You're doing 22, and you want to put a spotlight on them. Why not?
Yeah,
have fun.
I
agree.
And more importantly than anything is these films will definitely appeal to horror fans.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like it's a musical or something and people hate it. Number 13, I had Here Before.
Here Before.
Motherfucker, how you doing this to me? Hold on.
I don't remember this one either.
That was on Hulu also with Andrea Riseborough.
Here Before. Wow, look at this guy. He comes on, he's fucking stumping. All right, let's see. Here Before.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Drama,
another
mystery, thriller. That's my answer. Why? I'm not saying it's not. I'm just trying to figure out why I didn't watch it. You know what I'm saying?
This is one of those films that presents like a horror film, ultimately resolves itself less horror-y, but it definitely has the elements of it because our main character is dealing with the death of a young daughter, and then new neighbors move in, and she believes that the daughter that moved in next door is a reincarnation of her daughter.
Oh.
And it's really well
cool.
done. Yeah, it's
It's all in their head at the end.
I'm not gonna say
it's on his list probably. Watson, don't watch it.
I'll say this. All right, I'll say this since you already brought up. It's not all in her head.
Oh, cool.
But it's not all. It's not all what it appears. But it's not all in her head.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that movie that made your number one the one year, which I didn't see at all because I didn't consider it to be a horror. But then I watched it in whatever February, and I thought, holy fuck! I go, I don't know if it's a horror, but it's a really good fucking film.
I See You.
I See You.
Yeah.
Is this something like that?
Yeah.
In a way?
Yes.
Okay.
That was damn
That's kind of what.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a great film.
I really like I See You. In hindsight, again, showcasing a film that's borderline. It wouldn't be my number one now if I went back and did it. It'd probably be Dr. Sleep or Us. But
we brought those things up on the show too. Like I one year I did that Another Evil as my number one, and I said, I've watched it 3 times, but would it be my number one now? Absolutely not.
Great film though, and the only film that puts a sort of a cog in your cover art test.
True, you are correct on that.
That cover art is atrocious. It's just
there's a couple of different ones. There's one that there's just the 2 guys looking, and then there's the one that I think I used when we covered it.
It's great
on the show, and it's a little bit more like Lovecraftian or something like that. If I just remember more like tentacly, which is weird because
I just remember their 2 heads.
Well, that was the that's that one.
That's
like,
the thing is this
through.
Here's
a visual, everybody, for the audio
saying
version.
That.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing is this Another Evil cover. It's odd. It's oddball, but something about the way it's constructed and the way the font looks and shit like that does not necessarily mean it fails my test. It's hard to explain. I'm just telling you. I'm being honest. I'm being 100% honest. This cover, to me, it doesn't say watch me, but it doesn't mean that this is a total skip. This is honestly, if I saw that would be a wait and Z. That would be a movie that I would say, okay.
No.
Wait and Z?
Wait a second. No, he brought it up on the show before, and I think they stole that segment for Watsy. And I think because they haven't recorded a Watsy for a while, he was trying to migrate it over to this show. I'm kibashing it right now.
No, but on that show,
I like
Watsy, is it Wat and Z?
It could be, but we thought that was a little
better.
It was a bridge too far.
A bridge too far.
You're overdoing
it. Come on.
Z would have been corny. A wait and Z, because it makes a little more sense, Like maybe if his last name was.
Hear me okay?
Let's say his last name.
I'm not registered on this. Sorry.
I'm sorry. What now?
My audio okay on your end? Because it doesn't look like it was registered fine here. I'm all worried now it's going to be all fucked up.
I didn't want to say anything.
Or am I
it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good because I could hear you perfectly.
I needed that.
Now let's say Watson's last name wasn't Watson.
That's good. You're good for real.
If Watson
and you're actually turned into a skunk for real. Sorry. And I'm sorry, Dave, for cutting you off 3 times there. I apologize. Miso soup, sorry.
No. You guys are much funnier. I'm just trying to get the fucking thought out. Like, to say a Watt and Z is too much. But I'll tell you this. If his last name was like Dustin Waits, like Tom Waits, and then we called it a Waits and Z, then I think that would have been appropriate. But to call it a Watt and Z, it's a little too corny, I think.
You know what's so weird? I watched a movie last night and Tom Waits was in it, and then you just bring up Tom Waits. I swear, I watched The Ballad of Buster Scruggs last night.
Wow. No shit.
Did you ever see that, C?
No.
It's
Good?
Coen Brothers. Coen Brothers. It's a Western anthology.
How have I? No, I haven't.
It's on Netflix. The theme is like death. It's really fucked up. It's great. It's got 6 stories in it. You would probably like it too, Dave. But I know I'm watching this and it's a C movie for sure.
It's Buster Scruggs. Buster Scruggs.
Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Yeah.
I've heard that name before. Buster Scruggs. Somehow. It's an old movie or no?
Like 2018, I think, came out.
Oh, okay. I don't know then. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
I usually, especially with the Coen Brothers, I'm usually like at least I'm aware of the films, whether or not I've liked all of them or not. But
no, you should definitely check it out. I saw like a couple of the stories randomly over the last couple of years, but I finally sat down with a buddy and watched the whole film last night. It's really good. Good cast. A lot of good
I've got to
actors.
give their. It always happens this way that their most widely appreciated film tends to always be my least favorite. Not them, just in general. It's always like, why is this the one? Like The Departed from Martin Scorsese. I've come to enjoy that movie and think it's good, but I mean, it won the awards. People put it on the pedestal. It's fine. It's not.
You know why?
Like, I mean, people, because he was owed it for all the great stuff he did before.
Bullshit.
Coen Brothers. It was Oh Brother. No, not Oh Brother. Where Art Thou? That was. I saw that. I really like that. It was Old Country. No Country for Old Men. I gotta watch that again because my first watch, I was like, it's okay. It had some good scenes, but sorry, Dave.
It was pretty damn good, I thought.
No, but that's it. I feel like I was just on the. It was all right. It was good, but not great. And
what
I want to
else
know
have
why
they
I
done?
didn't think it was great because everything. What else have they done?
Yeah, and I'll tell you what's the best in my opinion. My favorite. How's that?
Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, The Hudsucker Proxy, Milch Crossing. I'm mixing them up a little bit. Chronology. Barton Fink. Oh my God. Name some.
Their titles fucking suck. Oh, none of their titles fucking made me want to watch a movie. Wow.
None of them?
Yeah.
Let me pull up their list. It does so much. And more of their popular stuff is lately now. Oh, Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Well, I didn't see. I don't think. Wow. I think the only one I did see was No Country for Old Men, and I thought it was great.
Burn After Reading, A Serious Man, True Grit, Inside Llewyn Davis.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? I mentioned, but I didn't.
Yeah. Barton Hudson. Fargo.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see.
Oh my God,
Fargo.
Fargo was their more well-received one, I guess, back in the day, and that one's great. You didn't like that one?
I liked it, but to me, it was just like a murder mystery, and I don't see what separates that from a million other fucking movies just like it. I didn't see why everybody blows that one. It just seemed like, okay, I dig
it's
it.
the way they tell the story and the locations and the accents and everything like that. It was a combination of the performances and the way they tell the story and the shockingness of like just the nonchalantness of that one scene with the weed, the wood chipper and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just that's what they do. They have these sort of quirky offbeat things. You take like a standard story that you kind of are used to, and they Coen Brothers it up.
But, I will say this. That was one of the very few times, and this is when I do my January thing traditionally, where I watch movies that everybody says I should watch, you know what I mean, that I've missed that are like highly regarded. That was one of the very few times, and I'm willing to say that 90 to 95% of the time when I watch one of those highly regarded movies, I end up coming away saying, yes, I know why people really like this. That was one of the times I was like, I don't get it.
Wow.
That's the way Fargo did it to me. I don't know why. I just was like, yeah, it was a pretty good murder mystery, but I don't want to dime a dozen. I just was like, nothing about it like made it seem special to me as the viewer. I don't know. But anyway, what else have they done? And that's a dumb name. That's why I never watched it.
I actually think we covered probably most of their
Lebowski. But that was just
and I saw Lebowski.
Oh my Lord! I forget. Like that's the one that got one of Carrie's favorite movies. Why? Yeah. I forgot two of their biggest ones. The other one's The Big Lebowski, of course.
Yeah.
And I liked that too.
Probably because
I watched that a year ago. I watched that a year ago when I had COVID. When I was fucking down, I was doing all these movie watching, and I said, let's try this Lebowski. And I enjoyed it. And I said, it's the kind of movie that I think with multiple watches could be, something that I really understand people's passions about it, but I definitely preferred it to. So I guess that's my favorite one. And there was one other.
I have to take it back because I still think Fargo and Big Lebowski are more widely received and liked comparatively to No Country for Old Men. Not that people don't like that one. I think that is here, but I'd still say Fargo and And,
you know what it is?
Big
It's
Lebowski,
when they blend their comedy into it, their dark comedy into it, and because No Country for Old Men, no comedy whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whereas these other films, even
And a
Buster
good killer.
Scruggs, the thing I enjoyed about it is it's funny and it's dark as hell. So I think that's what makes them like special filmmakers in terms of blending those things.
Well, No Country for Old Men had a good killer. It had a charismatic fucking bad guy.
He was fantastic in it.
Right, and I love a charismatic killer. So I mean that's.
And they were good writers too. Like they wrote other things. I think they wrote like A Simple Plan. I could be mistaken. The Sam Raimi one, and I think they did some editing. They were in the Sam Raimi camp. Like they were all kind of friends, and I think they're doing their own things. Like Blood Simple, Crime Wave was coming out, and then they kind of went and did their own thing. But there was a. And then they came back for A Simple Plan. But I think there was a collaboration of sorts for a while there. I think Sam Raimi's in Miller's Crossing. I think he's one of the guys that gets gunned down, if I'm remembering correctly. Mm. But anyway, sorry, we should have had this conversation after B literally said 2 more movies. Because we ended at 13, and he's also giving us 12 and 11. But hey, we're excited. This is exactly what happened when I went and saw Dave and sort of freeloaded off of him for the day, and we recorded live, and it was just, it was all over the place.
Yeah, it was crazy. Lots of fun. Maybe one day B can come. Fucking whatever real party here.
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, sure. Dude. Yes.
We'll human centipede that episode.
Only if I can be in the middle.
The only person talking clear would be Brandon. Only if I can be in the middle.
I want to be in the middle, and I want Dave in front.
I want to be in front. No question.
I want to have a mud flap right in my mouth.
I want to be able to talk at least. Fuck, at least. I'll tell stories and shit, jokes.
So at the caboose?
Well, by you, hey, you should have jumped.
The middle is the worst.
The middle's the worst. I guess but I still want to be there.
I can't.
Who died first in the movie? Middle or back?
I can't talk about it.
That's funny that it makes him so nauseous. It doesn't affect me at all.
He always gags on funny things too.
Because I actually put myself in that position. I can number 12.
Just think about something good, but then it's a hot chick and you're not sewn. You're just, being sexual. That's how I think.
Yeah, but the hot chick would have had Taco Bell the night before. I don't know.
Hardly Blinks is in front of you. Hardly Blinks is attached to your front.
There you go. Canadian superstar. Yeah. So wait.
Is she blinking? I'm at the back. I can't tell she's blinking. Tell me if this damn bitch is blinking.
You can taste it every time she blinks.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Are you okay? Everything good, B? If you have to.
Oh no. I would tell you if I need to take a break. I'm just listening because I help my dad get up if he has to, go to the bathroom. So I'm listening to see if he has to go. After I read the next 2, I'll just go check on him.
There you go.
But no, he would call. He would call up to me. He's probably fine. My number 12, Halloween Ends.
Hey,
wow, nice,
dude. I mean,
did you see higher than both of us, Dave?
Yeah, I think I did.
Maybe. Mine
was 20. I know for me, I just couldn't remember you. Mine was 22.
I gotta look and see, but I think so. Hold on, let's see. Yeah.
Can we watch and see it?
Yeah, I was like number 13 or some shit like that.
Okay, so pretty
14,
much around the same.
I don't know.
But let me tell you something. I watched this with my friend, and both of us had no expectations. We're not the hugest Halloween fans. Man, like every 15 minutes, we're looking at each other like, this is pretty damn good. I like what they've done here. Everything about it had its own style. I liked the way they presented the story, the soundtrack. Nice. I thought everything was really well done.
Let me ask you this. Does it make you feel any differently about the 2 before, knowing that it was leading to this? Did it help them at all?
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I would say overall it combines and makes a solid trilogy in the end.
Who would have thunk that? Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
I liked the Corey Cunningham storyline. I liked it.
Me too.
Yeah. I just created a beautiful meme to use for the show that I showed Dave last night. And maybe I should share it with B. No one else has seen this yet other than I literally just created it yesterday. I'm in this mode where I feel like I got to create shit, and for whatever reason, I can't stop. So this won't show up anywhere, but I think in our. So this will I'll put it in the chat here. Sorry, everybody, bear with us. So excited.
Isn't it though? Wow, man.
You tell me if that shows up for you, Brandon.
Yeah, I got
Okay, I got to laugh. That's what I just needed to know it was funny. Dave liked it. I just want to make sure. So it's funny, right? As long as it's funny, it's going out.
It's funny, but you leave Corey alone.
Corey. Yeah, good old Corey.
Dude, the suspense and the kills with the doctor at the house. You know, when he walks outside, when she walks outside, you see in the background, you see like in the darkness, like him being killed on the like. I love that. I thought it was great.
Well, the kills are great. People are just too hung up on the fact that it's not good old Michael Myers doing exactly what he's been doing for forever.
This is what I don't get.
Go shoot.
This here.
Shoot.
Damn the people that were upset that we didn't see an epic showdown at the end between Laurie and Michael, and I don't understand why would it even be a fair fight in any type of anything. Were you expecting Freddy versus Jason? You were expecting 30 minutes of them going back and this is Laurie and Michael.
Mono to mono.
I don't get that. Why would she stand a chance against Michael Myers? Like, seriously, he has to be banged up first. Things, I don't know. You guys tell me, am I in the wrong for thinking?
That's why it made perfect sense the way they presented him in this one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When the people that
we already had the epic battle. We talked about this, Dave. The epic battles happened in 2018.
Yeah.
In Halloween 2018. We had the epic battle already.
We had something. It wasn't epic.
A battle.
It wasn't a battle because it was 3-on-1 and because he was the prey and not the predator. So I didn't enjoy that. But I guess that's something. But I mean, I don't know.
Or an H2O, because again, as much as this doesn't follow the chronology, we've had it happen already. That's what I've been saying. Like, again, this could be, we've ignored them. Well, you can't really ignore them because everybody's watching the other ones anyway. So they exist. And we've had this epic battle with Laurie again, epic I'm using, but we've had a battle, a showdown of sorts with the key characters a handful of times already.
But did they want a final girl chase for half an hour with a fucking final 60-something-year-old woman?
In her walker.
I mean, I just don't see how that would. I'm trying to write it. I try to think about how you're going to have a final chase with just Laurie and her. And yet, again, that means you got to take Allison out of the picture. Where else are you going to put Allison? Unless they're going to kill her off earlier in the movie. But if you want to have Michael against Laurie and have this epic battle in the end, this fucking Laurie versus Michael thing that the people were disappointed, how could you have written that? Because that's why they had to get Allison someplace else. And her someplace else was wrapped up with Corey Cunningham. But
we're also sugarcoating it. I think the other big complaint is they somehow wedged this Corey Cunningham story right into this final installment with no. That's the biggest argument. But I love that opening, and I love how they did it. I thought they did okay with it. And again, my argument would have been if they could have somehow made this happen in the last one, but it just couldn't have worked with the time frame of how they wanted to do it. Because it wouldn't have that been cool if it was the opening of the last one. Just like, what the fuck's going on? And that led to the mob mentality mindset. So they could have probably worked out a story there somehow, but.
Again. Corey was holding the ironing board while the woman was holding the iron. I just like the idea that they created this idea like Michael, we're gonna finish with Michael, we're gonna create this new evil that's gonna lurk over Haddonfield and Corey. Yeah. And then they're like, no, we're squashing this. Haddonfield is not playing the victim anymore. I just like that sort of underlying
My wife was laughing at it though when they were like the mob like all marching at the end to the thing. I'm like, this is great. She's like, this is ridiculous. You're like, I'm like, but it's for the movie. Like, this is what I forget. Like, but I guess I do it as well. We all do it. And if I'm not along for the ride, I'll pick it apart as well. So I guess I can't really be that upset by it.
Yeah, they're trying.
Because if I wasn't on board, I would have been making so much fun of it as well.
Like he was a deer they caught hunting. A big buck they caught. He's taped to the hood, and they're we just caught him. Let's go skin him.
Let's go skin him.
I enjoyed it though. I really did.
Oh, it's good to hear. So
Yeah.
that's like your favorite out of the last batch, at least, right?
Yeah, the others are probably, 6s, maybe 6.5. Again, I haven't rewatched the other two, but this one was a solid 8 for me.
Nice.
Everything is still an 8.
Glad.
Yeah.
Cool.
And my number 11, I know Dave turned this film off at some point, but I know Moods and I really loved it. It's Long Walk. The Long Walk. It's
I ended up getting to see this. But yeah, I heard.
It's so weird. It popped up on Shudder out of nowhere, and I think it was made in like 2019, but it's from Laos, and it's really good. Really really creepy. Has time travel elements to it, ghost stories, and really well done. Again, been a while since I watched it, but it really is good. So
it was
well
well made.
US, because I do not remember it being on Shudder Canada, but I'll have to check now because
it might not have been
accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It might not have been.
I don't know where things are now because I watch everything on the same app.
Yeah.
So everything's there. So I don't know what comes to where, unfortunately. But
we don't talk Plex on the show anymore, Brandon. We talk about MB.
He knows.
MB a lot.
Well, he knows. He's in the chat. Dave has it now. Parker, fucking JP has it now. I'm trying to get everyone to get it because you're missing out by not fucking having it. It's so
but
easy.
You don't just have MB. You have to be invited to share the person's thing, just like Plex. But that's just like Plex.
But you listen. Hold on. Let me explain. You are taking Videodrome's library. And you're paying fucking whatever a month for it. And you're just going to, since you have nobody else on MB, basically picture somebody that has an amazing setup on Plex, okay? That has every fucking movie and everybody can leech off it. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for free, but they can't do it because that's the problem, is that the bigger someone's library is, depending on the power they have, the more it's going to freeze up. You're going to have issues with Plex. You're going to have this. And this guy has the capability, and he has fucking 26 different servers and all this shit, and it's a fucking business. Someone took the idea and said, okay, we can do it this way. So when you go to MB, all you do is go on it. It's just like going on Netflix, and it's all right there.
So
everything you want.
Is this a legal thing?
No.
Where he's from, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Where he is from, it is legal to do it. He's from the UK to do it and distribute it that way. All we're doing is leeching off it the same way Plex isn't legal. You think I can legally be fucking going off of Parker and fucking him and Nudie and everyone else that has all these stuffs on their Plex? We're not supposed to do that, but it's not illegal either. It's the exact.
They're legal apps that have illegal uses to them.
Him charging for it though is the issue. That's where I think that's where it becomes a problem.
I don't know, but that's looked more as a friends and family fucking thing because you send it as friends and family. So in other words, I'm going to pay you for the access to fucking see your shit because you have everything. So you can literally get rid of Netflix, Prime, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount, every fucking thing and pay one fucking person what I pay, $12 a month. For fucking, why would you not?
Dave did show it to me when I was there. It looked like it worked flawlessly because it's got to work flawlessly to get rid of all that other shit. Because if it doesn't work flawlessly, it's not worth it. And the other thing is, can you use it on multiple TVs, or do you have to pay extra for multiple TVs?
If you have to, the worst thing that could happen is this. I had to pay $5 extra, one-time charge, to put it on my Android television because it's a Sony fucking Bravia. They're considered Android TVs, and that's not from Videodrome. That is from MB itself, allowing you the access. So I had to pay $5, a one-time charge, but it works on every Sony in the house, right? And then I had to pay $5 to put it on my iPhone, and it works on all our iPhones. So I had two other $5 charges that are one-time charges. In some instances, you pay nothing. Like if you have, my brother has, what's that thing called? The Fire Stick. I don't know. Yeah. For some reason, I want to say there's not a charge to use MB on the Fire Stick to do it that way.
I've got that as well because it just, I've got an Amazon TV in our room. And Karen's my room, and then we've got our regular TV downstairs. It was built in with all the apps, but to get Bell, which is our local cable subscriber, they have a really inexpensive, like $15 a month internet app, which works great, and it's all I need for local shit. It either worked off of their little streamer, which was useless, or a Fire Stick, or an Apple TV. Well, Fire Sticks are way cheaper than Apple TV. I got to be honest. I don't know how Apple survives, because in this case, I'm a big Apple supporter. Their shit's not that much. It's not better than Android or than Amazon Fire Stick. That thing works flawlessly, and gets all the same apps. So maybe you don't have the access to their games, but you have access to other games, and it's a fraction of the cost, and you get 4K content and everything. You still have to. What I'm saying is the Fire Stick still just gives you access to legal apps like Netflix, Bell, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I guess because of the way it's made, you could probably get MB on it, no problem. Just like you can get Plex on it, no problem. So That's interesting. So then that makes it, because if I can get it on those two TVs, then it's more along the lines of the other kids stuff. Is just to find out if I need to do a one-time charge, or if it just automatically get them Fire Sticks and you're done.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know it's very easy, and the price is right, and why not? So, and everything's there, and you could add everything. Things are added every single day, constantly, and you could submit what you want. You can put in requests to have things put on there, and most of the time they're on there. So.
And what's Videodrome? Is that this guy's handle? Who runs it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That just happens to be his. Yeah. So, but that's all it is. It's that simple. You know what I mean? But it's just like Plex, except it's somebody here that has a library that has full content that isn't gonna fuck up, and because they have the capabilities to do it. And here you go. And by the way, if you want to send me some money, send it for the rights to do it. And you could do it on Plex too. You can choose to do it on Plex.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
No, that's your 11 anyway. We're good. But the thing is that's the difference.
I gotta check that out after you said you couldn't get into it, but just seeing it on so high on his list too. Was it on Watson's list?
Which one? Malak?
The Long Walk.
Oh, the
Long
Long
list
Walk.
We don't have on our damn or A Long Walk or The Long Walk, whatever the fuck.
It's the Long
called.
Walk.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Remember if Watson had it.
Think so. I could be wrong. I'll find out today, and I'll try to post it up. So I started to watch it, and I was half an hour in, and I could not follow. I couldn't follow. I had to turn it off. And apparently there was time traveling going on, but they did it in a way where either I'm just an idiot, which is entirely possible, or the way it was presented. It was kind of like the first time I watched Ju-on The Grudge. The first time I watched Ju-on, it hops different times and different characters and things. And all I knew is that when I watched Ju-on, I fucking loved what I was seeing, and I just interpreted it as a fever dream type movie where this is just all this fucked up shit happening, and I don't know why, but this is the basis. And I didn't care because I loved so much what was going on with Kyoko and fucking, Toshio, that I was so into the hauntings, and when it took place, it didn't bother me. This movie was just like a regular story. Now I know I'm only an act into it, and I'm only 30, 35 minutes, whatever, into it. Much more is going to happen. But I couldn't follow. Like, there was a guy in the present, but then next thing you know, you see the same guy go into a house that I thought was his house, but then he goes in the house, and there's other people living in the house. Little did I know that he was hopping fucking time. There was time hopping happening here, but I didn't pick up on it for some reason.
I remember you were saying that, and then you got confused, and then
that's so what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be me. It happened when I watched The Wailing too the first time. I couldn't follow along, and it frustrated me. I was like, well, this didn't make sense. Why did this happen? And why? And it just happens. And that's what happened with The Long Walk. And I really genuinely tried. I didn't even know that there was time traveling going on until I fucking looked it up on IMDb or something. And the way people are describing, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot because I missed all of this. And it does happen, and it sucks. But
it happens to me too sometimes as well. So
what can I do? So
I get it.
It was a good movie. I was digging the way it was going. It was well made and everything. And I was just like, well, I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time continuing. How long am I going to go? And it was crunch time. There was other movies I wanted to squeeze in. So I don't know.
Well, I think I mentioned on last show that I had watched some Friday the 13th and Once Bitten and a few other things. But I just, it's that time of year where I just throw in some other things. My son wanted to watch the Back to the Future. It's one of my favorite films. Love it. to this day, like one all-time favorites.
Sure.
And so we watched it, loved it, and I said, "Oh, you got to see the sequels." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm like, "Oh, he doesn't seem that interested." He's like, "No, let's put part 2 on." So we watched part 2, and then he was like, "Let's watch part 3." So this is all last week, and when we didn't go anywhere after we recorded, we ended up watching. I think he enjoyed all 3 of them. And I'll say this: I'm a very huge fan of part 2. But one thing that does really annoy me, it keeps it from being as good as part 1. There is a fuck up in the script. Like there is a fuck up to make it work. But I'm willing to forgive it because it's time travel and we'll go. But some people would say, how can you? Because of how bad it is. My biggest problem with that movie is not that. My biggest problem is the amped up overacting of the first act. Possibly even the first half of the movie. It's so amped up. When they're in the future, everybody's over-exaggerating everything that that's my only fault in the movie. I still watch it. I still love it. But that has always been an annoyance to me. Like Griff or whatever his name is, the Biff's like grandson in the future. Like it's just, what did you become the physical type? And like all like that dialogue, and then like, what are you, a chicken? And then all their facial reactions, it's just everything's amped up to, as you say, 11 or Spinal Tap 11. And that's the one thing that I'm just not fond of in that movie. But I still love the movie. And I love it the more when they have to go back to 1955 again and interact with the first film. That part is awesome. And that's just that's when I say that's a love note to movie making.
Agreed.
In my opinion, because those ones are the ones that really just win me over. I'm like, oh, they're just having so much fun with it. I ended up watching Sick. I think we talked about this. Maybe I saw this already. I thought it was good. We'll
do that.
Nothing fantastic.
I saw it last night or Friday night.
Okay.
I thought it was really fucking good, honestly.
Okay.
I was really surprised. Well, it was a fucking bunch of chase scenes. It was done right. I without bullshit, without comedy, without fucking modern young people. It seemed all believable, and it was a fucking statement. It was so well done.
A little forced though.
Forced, but in the right way. Like that's what the fuck happened. People were acting a fool at the beginning of COVID, and people.
But who cares now?
Too strong. What do you mean? Who cares now? I mean, it's still fucking.
Well, I mean,
a place of time. It still affects where we are now. To this day, there's a divide. It's very easy to get into an argument now about a fucking wearing a mask and fucking taking a vax. It's as hot a fucking topic now, especially the vax with everything going on, as ever. So I like the fact that it was a statement about how fucking people easily overreact to fucking everything going on and what they see on their fucking news, and how crazy this fucking, when the reveal comes, how they are, and also on the other side, how nonchalant some others are. I loved it because it was a fucking, see this, you thought it was, what's the word you said? It was forced. It was, you thought it was, see, I saw it as,
it was all right, but I don't think like I said, I'd rewatch it with my daughter again. I love the opening kill. I thought that whole sequence was actually better than the opening sequence of Scream, 2022, in my opinion. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And then I liked the chase. I thought that was old school slasher chase. So I couldn't argue with you there either. I thought the acting was a little weird from the guy that came on board. He won me over overall, but at first just his delivery was a little off-putting to me, kind of like Rick in Friday the 13th Part 3. I was like, it was just hard to get used to the way of acting. I don't know why.
As soon as B plugs back in, you see Rick from Friday the 13th. It's the first time Friday's been brought up.
We're talking Sick. I don't know if you've checked it out. The new.
I want to see Peacock's one of the one services I don't have right now, but I will eventually get it, at least to check that out.
Dude, it's a good flick.
I
enjoyed it.
Because you haven't seen it then.
Yeah.
And I thought it was all right.
See,
a little forced.
To me, it's kind of like what I said about Master. It wasn't ham-fisted, and it took it from both sides. That's what I liked about you say it was forced. To me, it didn't seem preachy. It seemed like, look at the way these people are reacting without somebody actually having to point it out or become a caricature. And that's what I liked
They
about
tried
it.
to get both sides, which they needed to do, but it still was a little, I don't know, just a little too much. But I can't say too much because Brandon hasn't said it, but I liked a little bit of the interplay. I did like a little bit of the interplay. It's not a waste. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is horrible. But it just didn't elevate it to any next level. But so be it. I watched Demons 1 and 2, the 4Ks, and Videodrome, the 4K, checked out, all great. Excuse me. And Excision, which I've never seen.
Oh, wow.
So I had to watch it. And I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it.
Right.
People seem to love that movie too. It was just
right.
Again, it was good. It was good watch, kind of depressing at the end and sad, but it was a good watch. But
I like to think in the sequel she puts her back together and she's okay, the sister.
That would be great. Frankenhooker.
Well, I remember. This is a cliffhanger that we never did. I remember Travis Christian, Brandon's best friend. He asked that we do Excision, the Exploding Heads crew, with the banana boat or the banana laser crew.
The banana boat. The fucking, what is that fucking sunscreen? Banana boat?
Yeah.
The banana boat.
Banana boat.
Unbelievable.
And the other one I watched was the hatchet wielding hitchhiker documentary on Netflix. And
did you
know that?
Worth a watch?
Yeah,
it was good.
I want to watch that.
Yeah,
I'll get on more later.
Give it a 5 or something like that. It was good. I mean, it's worth the watch. It's fucked up, but I don't know. It wasn't like anything next level for me either. But I liked it.
Well, I'll talk about more. Banana boat.
Get on the banana boat.
How did you have banana?
I literally Googled banana boat.
That's awesome. I want to see Bananarama on those fucking things. That'd be perfect. So I've seen 5 movies from 2023 so far. I'll talk about the other 4 later, but we talked about Sick. I was going to ask you guys if you've seen any 2023s. Got to know if Brandon was picking up where he left off, as long as he was hot on fucking new movies, if he was continuing that steamroller attitude and he's fucking getting on a bunch of shit now.
Honestly, the goal for this year is 100 films exactly.
Nice.
100 new horror films, and I'm trying to up the percentage.
Follow me, brother. Look on the fucking on the thing, and I'll tell you. I'm telling you, man. Live like me.
There's not all, most of them are in the theater. I just haven't been able to get out there to the theater for Megan or Megan or whatever the hell it's called, and then
Megan.
Megan.
Fuck off. And then plus I don't have any.
She doesn't
totally
eat
honest.
meat. She's just a Megan.
To be honest, I have no desire to see it.
But no, it's fine. It's good.
To see Megan?
Yeah.
It's good.
It's funny. A lot of people are crapping on it, but I think it looks like a lot of fun.
I dig it, man. I dug it. It was fine.
I dug it.
So, and I saw that pale blue eye, which was a little boring.
Yeah.
Pale blue eye. It was when I found out, again, I could be wrong on these stats, but I think it cost, like, Netflix put up $70 million for this movie.
They're fucking morons.
And like, are you crazy? Like, why not $70 million movies and have a whole market of like independent? Like, I know they do that as well. They've done that with lower budgets, but I'm like, 70 million for this? Not that it's bad by any means. They look good actors, but I'm like, oh my God.
Jesus. What was that, an earthquake?
70 fucking million for that movie.
Shook.
I'm like, that movie, there's so much. I guess you could say this about everything when you look at a Marvel movie, but I don't know. I was just like, man.
I guess they thought Christian Bale.
Yep, I was going to say Christian Bale. They really wanted to have him in there, is what it comes down to.
I still want to watch it, but I'm very disappointed that I've heard a lot of what you said, that it's slow.
And it's long.
Slow, but there's some good minutes, or good moments to it, good atmosphere, but it's definitely, I don't think it will be making a top 10 list next year.
It's so weird because I didn't think it was. It didn't look like a horror movie to me
this year.
But a lot of people.
I didn't think it was.
That's the other thing. Horror is a very secondary element. So another reason for you not to check it out or rush to it, Dave, it's because of I think it's because of the time frame it takes place, who he's like with Edgar Allan Poe, and then that's why I think it's.
Now that's a good porn star name. He could fuck what's her name,
As soon as I said it, I go, oh, fuck, I gotta hear. I can hear the anime.
Barely blinked at Edgar Allan Poe. In the pale blue cock.
Pale blue balls.
Pale blue balls. Damn it, that's better.
There's got to be a fucking porn star named Edgar Allan Poe. There's not, something's wrong. I'm gonna get into porn just so I can call myself that. I'm telling you. That's so fuckable.
In the pale blue balls. What was Barely Blinks in it too? Yeah. I'm like, Brandon, you'll love it. Dave, I don't know, because it's that fringe. I think you'll like the movie, but if you're expecting it to be more horror-esque, you'll probably be disappointed.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this. This is what I've watched, 2023. Megan, Candyland.
Megan?
Yeah, Megan, Candyland, Sick, There's Something Wrong with the Children, and Skinamarink. That's been my 5. I'm 5 already, man.
And
so
how was there something wrong?
Yeah, did they all pass? I'm interested in all of them, including Candyland.
They all pass except for fucking Skinamarink.
Yeah.
And here's the problem. I end up watching Skinamarink at 1.5 speed because of what's going on. And it's the way it's shot, it's almost like somebody just took a fucking camera and just put it anywhere. You never see the characters in the movie, like their faces. It's almost like they just put a camera in the house and they kept doing shots, and it all has all this what do you call it on there, like grain. It was like supposedly filmed in '95 and everything else, and it's really weird. You see the footsteps of the kids going around. There's 2 children are basically the main characters of it, and they get kind of abandoned, and there's an evil presence going on here, but we're not sure what it was. But here's the thing. And this is an idea I have heard other people say, and I agree with it 100%. This would have been better off as a short. Now, I watched it. It was an hour and 40 minutes. I watched it at 1.5 speed. I legit don't think it affected it whatsoever watching it at that speed, because most of the dialogue you could barely hear anyway, and it's just a couple little kids talking. And
it's got a theatrical release. It cost $15,000, and it made $1 million already. This is crazy.
Imagine watching a movie in the theater, because an hour and 40 minutes of that, even me, as patient as I am and everything else, and it being, I guess you got to be into that atmosphere. I don't understand I would be pissed probably if I went to the theater to see that, because I can watch it at home on 1.5 speed and watch the fucking thing in an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. It made it fine for me. But the good thing about it is this. There is an atmosphere in this movie, which I don't know if other people are going to get into, but there were some genuinely creepy things that happened to me. But it's one of those things that it kind of reminds me of, I don't know who's familiar with it, but it kind of reminds me of that creepy, evil fucking feel I got when I watched this little cartoon on YouTube called Suicide Mouse years ago. And there's a couple of different Suicide Mouses, but the one that I saw, which was the best one, was just Mickey Mouse walking and walking and walking, and they're looping this music over and over again, and he slowly starts to get this fucking evil grin on his face, really slowly as he's walking, and all this shit's going on, and you hear this backwards kids music, but it's like distorted and fucked up sounding, so it's an off-putting evil type of fucking vibe going on, and then his body parts start falling off, and it's almost like watching Mickey Mouse go through hell or something. Either way, it was an atmosphere that you're gonna get it or you're not. It's like
looking at the trailer as you're talking, as you're explaining it, and I'm looking at the trailer, and it looks like an experimental film that it would have made like back in the day, like I Serial Killer or something like that, like almost, but at feature length. Right. I still have to check it out. Like I told you. Yeah. Wow.
You're gonna like it. Maybe if you can watch it at 1.5 speed, you'll be able to tolerate it and appreciate what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna say this: there is one way I could see somebody being into this movie from start to finish, and that only way would be to be under the substance of a fucking psychedelic drug. And I'm sorry, but that is the way I feel about it. If I was tripping watching this movie someplace, I could see myself being uneased the entire fucking time. But the thing is, it's very basic. It's just a shot of fucking the wall here for fucking 30 seconds for no reason.
Yeah.
Then
No, I don't like that. That was just like that movie last year.
What's that?
We're all going to the World's Fair.
Oh, nothing at all. Like we're all going to the World's Fair had a regular narrative to it, and I didn't see too many strange shots.
Well,
I mean,
there was. I said, oh, there's a way to make a movie. Literally, just keep the camera like we're doing right now, and she's like looking at her screen.
Sometimes, yes, agreed.
I wanted to love that film.
I thought you might, but I was a little nervous because when the movie ends, I thought you might take away the whole thing about it being a statement on fucking the sadness of mental illness and the sadness of some people who are just trying to reach out to other people, lonely people in the world, and on top of it, trying to be somebody that they're actually not, just to try to please somebody who you don't even know, and the depressive fucking thought about that. I thought from the mental psychological area, the way I interpret it, you might dig into that, but I didn't know if you would catch that on one view. It took me the second view.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.5 after one view. I mean, I enjoyed it. I actually wish I liked all that stuff. I think for me, I would have liked more cohesiveness and more development with the actual World's Fair game. I didn't really.
It was so cool.
It was cool, but I kind of was like a little confused what exactly was going on with that, like what it all meant.
It just meant nothing. It just meant you have to recite the words, almost like playing Bloody Mary or fucking Candyman, looking in the mirror and saying something, and then, okay, now weird shit's going to happen. And everybody else just fucking coming up with their own take on it. And so they started filming weird shit that was happening. That's all it was. It's almost like letting yourself being subject to a curse. But then other people did because it's been around for so long. I love when they show the fucking model of the Apple II one back in the day when it started and shit like that. But the guy on the other end who legitimately did believe it, because you could look at his computer and what he was doing, that was fucked up to me. But at the same time, he's sending this stuff acting like he's trying to protect this girl because either A, he believes it, which I think he did, but B, he's also trying to make a friend. And I don't think he was coming in it from a pedophile perspective. It just happened to be somebody that was young and mostly young people.
I got that vibe though. I thought they're going.
I think that's the easy way out.
Did that on purpose.
And she called him a pedo.
Yeah, I agree that the vibe is there. I don't believe he was a pedo though.
No,
right.
I believe he was just, socially awkward. If you notice, he lives in this big house, but if you notice, he's sleeping in his bedroom, which means I felt like that house belonged to his parents, and now he's all alone, and that's why. Because you notice he's sleeping in like a child's bedroom, but I believe it was his child's bedroom.
That's good observation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot here. There's a lot here to peel back, but I understand the way it's presented. Again, just like Skinamarink, the way it's presented is going to be extremely off-putting to a lot of people, and having an hour and 40-minute runtime and a lot of random shots for no reason, it's not going to work. Now, for me, I end up giving it a 5.5, but I'm sad about that because I think if it would have been shorter and they could have done more with it, it could have been fucking something, I don't know if I'm going to say great, but more memorable and something that would have stayed with me longer, because there was aspects of that in the fucking movie where I felt like creeped out by shit.
Yeah.
And it's little kids being talked to by this fucking thing sometimes. Saying, I don't want to give anything away because there's only so much dialogue.
Why should I recite it? With some stuff like that going on, why don't they just make it a more cohesive film? Why does it have to be so artsy and just random shots of nothingness and static for?
Well,
that's fine for a short. I can't imagine an hour and 40-minute, like Dave said. So that's the difference. I think it's all of that time frame, because artsy is fine. And I was just looking at that trailer and I'm like, this is cool, but that's a 2-minute trailer, and that's probably all I could take. And again, I would not be able to put out a movie that, like, with my name. See, that's the difference. I would be like, I could do this for 5-10 minutes, and that's it. And anything longer, like, I think would be like I would be torturing the audience. So I wouldn't want to do that, like, at all. And again, I'm not trying to direct. I haven't seen the movie, but just based on what I saw in the trailer, it really reminds me of one of the segments I did for that serial killer thing. And it's not me. I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm just trying to say, if you look at that, I just is that random, like, it's very similar. It's like some random shit. And you're like, well, what could this mean? And yet that sort of, you could possibly piece it together to form some sort of narrative. But again, at an hour and 40 minutes versus, 7, that's a major time commitment to get the same information across.
I have a feeling if I do decide to watch this, it's going to be like a 10-day screening on Shudder, like 8 minutes each day. I'm not like...
And maybe. I don't think it's on Canadian Shudder, because I just realized it's at the theater, correct? But is it on Shudder already? I saw Shudder original.
No, I think it's coming to Shudder. I don't know if it's February or...
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, don't know
that
when,
makes
but
sense.
It's not out yet.
This is why you
need... Not on Shudder.
This is why you need MB, so you can watch it at 1.5. You can watch on MB any speed you want, 1.25, 1.5, 7.5, 2 speed. You can do anything you want with it. So
1.25 was always my speed.
It is a good speed, but I started off at 1.25 after like 5 minutes of it, and then I said, well, this still wasn't fast enough. I'm going to
1.25. 1.25 is a speed where you could still hear all the dialogue. Even if you love a film, you could still watch it at 1.25. Once you go above that, then it's like I gotta get through this a little quicker.
Correct. I listen to podcasts at 1.25 now. Yeah. But let me say this about Skinamarink. A few things, actually. This movie, this would have been perfect if they would have put out another VHS movie, like a 2-hour one, not like the shorty they do now. Like the original was like 2 hours. This could have legitimately been 40 minutes, 40. And I think it would have gone down as one of the top fucking segments of all the VHSs. It would have been looked at completely a different way, more fondly. People are like, wow, man, that one creepy freaking one in VHS 6 or whatever, that was good. It stole the show. And some people still wouldn't like the presentation, but I'm telling you, 40 minutes of this would have been just suffice to do it. It would have been great even.
That with We're All Going to the World's Fair cut down to a 40-minute version as well or something, and then you've got 2 movies. You just need a third one, and I'm not saying they have to be shot on VHS. They just got to be that style and get a third one, and there you go. There could be a good anthology. But again, I'm saying this without seeing this movie, so I gotta check out this movie. But I'm not, because We're All Going to the World's Fair had 2 very effective moments, but in a movie that I'm like, really? Like they're just challenging audiences nowadays to say, stick with me. We're gonna show you nothing, and you're gonna be along for the ride. Yeah. And I know I'm not trying to undersell it, because maybe I'm coming on too harsh on the movie, but I'm just talking about the long lingering shots. There's a lot of them in that film that I'm like, come on, guys, like a little bit of editing would have been nice here. Come on, like make us want to enjoy your film. Whether there's a message there or not, and again, maybe that's to reiterate this loneliness message and sense of nothingness, but you could get that across still with some editing as well.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Okay, C, you don't like the name Skinamarink, correct?
It's not my favorite. You put it this way. I had to, every time I try to type it in, I'm like, how am I spelling this fucking thing? And at least you could put ski in and it will pop up now because it's popular. But I'm not a huge fan of the name.
You know where it comes from?
The song, correct?
Oh, so you know of the song. It was from a Canadian kids show called
Skinamarink dinky dinky doo.
Never fucking heard of that in my life.
You.
See?
Skinamarink dinky dink, Skinamarink doo.
Yes, only Canadians know the song, because Mood said it too when they talked about it.
Wait, I got to do it so you understand. Skinamarink, it's a Canadian chorus.
Actually, hold on now. I'll show you the one. I got it right here. But did you watch the show?
And I can't
It was called, hold on. Sharon Lewis and Bram, The Elephant Show. 84 to 88.
Sharon Lewis and Bram they actually had records. They were a very popular record. There was I think probably an American version of them. I just assumed they were all well known, but I know them from their music. I don't remember the show so much, but that's. Well,
look at this. This is it. Just the way you remember it?
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
I mean,
This is
every Canadian kid knew this song.
So, and yet it still made you mad when that was the title. You even had the basis of it.
Yeah, because it's a stupid title. It was a stupid song, but as a kid, you don't care.
But think about being me and never hearing that word in my life. At least you knew the word was something. To me, it was just utter nonsense. Skinamarink, what's this? At least you had fucking context on a song called Skinamarink-a-Rink-a-Dink or whatever that.
I felt like I recognized the word, but I didn't know this show or this song. But
Sharon Lewis and Bram, what's the American equivalent? Yeti, what's his name? Yaffe?
Raffi?
Raffi.
My name is Raffi.
Was he like a
Raffi
kid
sings
singer
fucking
guy?
Raffi,
What?
yeah, he sang kid stuff.
No,
Yeah.
the only song he sang, there was a video on YouTube called fucking Banana Phone. I remember that one. Ring, 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 ring.
I
No,
sure
then
wasn't
it's
a-
not. There's
Sure, it
a
wasn't Banana Boat.
Banana Phone. You know that song,
Raffi.
Banana Phone?
joyful children's music concert videos. Exactly. Oh, he's a Canadian singer too.
Of course. See, of course he's Canadian.
Who, Raffi's Canadian?
Yeah.
See? I told you I don't know that shit.
So everything I know is Canadian.
I
It's
knew
funny because
Raffi. I knew
all these
Raffi.
years, I thought American culture was just shoved down our throats, which it was. Like when I grew up, when I say I'm a film fan, I got to tell you, I'm American film. That's what I grew up with. I'm not saying I can't enjoy other, but Canadian films were always these boring things we watched in school. It was just a sad reality back in the day. Of course, being now in a horror as you grew up, you realize, holy shit, Cronenberg and like the fact that there's all those co-produced slashers and everything else. But growing up, it was like the small batch of quote unquote boring movies that we were forced to watch in school for Canadian content. So I was always like, oh man, the Americans know how to do it because they make these entertaining movies. But that's not the case anymore. Now you can get entertainment everywhere, as we well know, and it hasn't been the case for decades. But just back in the day, that's how it felt when you watch film in school.
Fucking Skinamarink.
Film in school. Skinamarink.
So,
It's funny that both those things are Canadian artists.
okay,
And
we talked about
how
sick.
about the elephant at the beginning of the video? Were you thinking I gotta wash him?
Amazing. Oh, shit. Top of the mops.
Oh, you sons of bitch.
So I will say this about the children one. There's something wrong with the children. Man, I had low expectations, kind of. I mean, I watch it, so I expected to like it. But my expectation was just kind of, well, it's a little generic sounding, as JP said, and I agree. It sounds like a fucking television show from the 80s. Not a television show, like a TV movie from the 80s. There's something wrong with the children, you know? Totally. What a fucking title. But I was pleasantly surprised for 2 acts at the direction they were going in. I was like, oh, this is original in a weird way. Like, okay, usually it's the female that does this. In this case, it's the male, and nobody believes them. What's happening with these 2 kids that they have are going over here, and then what's happening next? Are we going in this one direction where it's going to be another fucking changeling thing? No, it ends up not being changelings because they disappear and come back. I'm like, what is this? Then it goes in a wacky direction in the 3rd act, which I'm okay with. There was hints at it, I guess. But then in the fucking the climax of the movie, in the last fucking 10, 15 minutes, I don't know, every decision they made, I didn't like. And I was like, and it ended up sinking it for me.
That one is on Shudder, so I'll check that out.
I still give it a 7. It was hovering. If it would have had a great payoff, it could have been an 8. It could have been my favorite fucking watch of the year so far. But it didn't, and unfortunately, it didn't fucking stick the landing, and did some things in the climax, and I was like, well, you didn't explain what happened to this person, and why is this happening here, and what's going on here, and then the final shot, I don't want to say it's a cop out, but I was like, well, why do that? So it was just kind of like, man, you really had me, and I was not expecting a whole lot, and I thought you were gonna really take me on a ride where I was gonna really dig it, and then I was like. And then you really shit the bed in the climax. And it's sad when that happens because I was like really into it for a bit. But still watch it. You know, I say watch them all, including Skinamarink. But if you can watch it at 1.5,
We'll see.
or if you can get a hand,
sounds like it.
Get some acid or some mushrooms or something maybe. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about it. definitely strained. I've heard some people love it, but a lot of people hate it. There doesn't seem to be too many people that were like, yeah, it was okay. You know?
Hey, the guy
That's
made
kind
it
of
for
me.
15. I don't know what he sold it to Shutter for, and I don't know if Shutter got it only has the Shutter distribution rights, or if they got the theatrical rights as well. But making over $1 million is fucking phenomenal. Like, I mean, that's crazy. But anyway,
For sure.
Get ready for
sure.
2024, the year of looking at the wall.
yeah, I mean that's. I'm like, fuck. But again, I guess they do it well enough that there's an audience out there. I just don't know. Like when Blair Witch hit, that's when like all the neighbors were like, "Well, hey, Christian, you make movies. Why didn't you make this movie?" I'm like, it's not that easy. It's not that simple, you know. And then you had, I just did it again. I got to move this shit out of my way so I don't step it in the mic. Then you had the Paranormal Activities and everything else, and then found footage galore. I don't even know. This is not even found footage, right? This is actually like static camera shot.
This is no footage.
Yeah. It's like it's just the audio track of this show put like to like a beam of light on a black screen. Like that's what we're going to get to and see if people could just pull something out of it. That, this means this, and this is because of what society's gone through COVID and everything else. Like, no, you idiots. We just wanted to milk you for every fucking dollar you had.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, let's get to the more important thing at hand. Task at hand is fucking getting to this list because I've been surprised. There's been a lot of movies I haven't fucking seen.
You know something?
And,
when I was compiling the list, I'm like, oh, we have a lot in common this year. Now that I'm reading, I'm like, fuck, there's a lot of films that they're probably like, what the fuck? He did it again. This is such a B list.
I think there's 2 so far that have been 3, if you include Pearl, on my total list so far. So I'm expecting those 4 more to come up soon.
Honestly, I see 3 in the top 10 that you might be like, oh, I didn't see. 3 that you probably didn't see. One of them's going to be very controversial because it's 99% not a horror movie, but I had to put it on the list. I had to put it on the list anyway. It's definitely the most controversial movie on my list, but it's such a fucking great movie that we'll get there.
See, this is a typical Brandon list. That's what we need.
It really is. I didn't mean to do this. All right. Number 10, Alone with You.
Oh, I saw this.
I love this film.
I did not. Motherfuck. Well, is there a reason I skipped it? Now I got to look again.
Now, this one is a horror film. It's written, directed, and stars all the same female, Emily Bennett.
Yeah.
She's basically she's gay and she's gay.
Yeah.
But
she's stuck in her apartment waiting for her girlfriend to arrive home, and all of a sudden she can't get out of the door. She's trapped in there, and strange things start happening, hallucinations, voices, and it's really atmospheric and terrifying.
No, I can't. I'm not laughing at I'm laughing at the fact that when I checked where it was 87th on my list.
87th.
But you know what? That's not fair.
Dora Madison.
After maybe the top.
Yes, Dora
30,
Madison's
40.
in it. Yeah.
It's just all a mess. There was no rewatch. They could easily have been like 41 or 40, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not really fair. It just happened to.
No, it was weird. It's weird. It's a film that I feel like people saw, but probably a lot of people had it like literally like, 5 out of 10. Like, but I really enjoyed it. I was really impressed by the fact that she was involved in every aspect of the film, and I dug the atmosphere, and the ending confused me a little.
Awesome.
The ending confused me a little, but I will eventually rewatch this one.
It's the one where you're. Because again, I've watched so many fucking movies. Well, not as many as you, but the one where she's not sure if she's killed her friend or lover.
Yeah, her girlfriend. Yeah,
whatever.
She's not sure.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the basement of the apartment, she has the mannequin set up where she would shoot, and like it was really creepy. Like I'm not really sure what the ending was saying, but it was really stylish, and we're checking out for that alone. All right, number 9. Probably this is definitely my biggest surprise of the year. Orphan First Kill.
Yeah.
Nice. Huh?
I've never seen a prequel that has actually surprised me. I'm like, how the hell are they going to do a prequel to this? We know where she's going to end up. Like, they're just going to tell another story of her. Like, the twists and turns in this film were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I feel like no one else has been talking about this. I had it at number 13.
Okay.
I loved it too.
I loved it.
No, people are talking. People are talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, not a whole lot of top tens, but at least talked about favorably. I haven't heard anybody like say bad things about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Like, who was expecting this?
Yeah, every time you go into a prequel, especially one like this, where you're like, okay, well, we know Esther's going to end up with this family, you know, the start of the next film. So, like, what are they going to do? She's going to torment another family? And no, they completely twisted that upside down. And I just thought it was really well done and creative and had some emotion to it.
Great rated.
Yeah.
For sure.
Actually, I do take that back because I almost am positive it was on Brian and Jamie did talk about it. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I feel like they talked about it, but I haven't really listened to many podcasts, so it had to have been them.
Apparently, you haven't listened to Brian and Jamie.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think those are the only other top 10 I listened to be honest. So if it wasn't them, then I'm just reciting my own thoughts and feelings of the film. But I'm glad to hear. Number 9, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a good film. Number 8, I think I'm the only one I haven't really hear other people loving this film, but Crimes of the Future.
Yeah, I put it as my biggest disappointment. I thought it was okay. It was sluggish. That's my problem with it.
I was into it. I was into like the crime drama mystery of it. I know a lot of people thought it was heavy-handed with all its messages and stuff. I wasn't really looking too deep into that. I just accepted this world we live in, and I was really interested in what was going on. It felt very like a political thriller.
No, and it's there. Yeah. You're right. And like I said, I love the themes and some of the ideas that they're going with, but it just, the pacing of it was just very slow and sluggish. And also it just felt a little disjointed here and there, but yeah, that's my thought process. And I know it seems to be very divided. I've seen it on top 10s.
Yeah.
Well, people that posted their lists, and then I haven't really heard many people talk about it favorably, though.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Dave, what was your biggest disappointment?
What was my biggest disappointment? It was either, I think it was, what do you call it? Hold on. What the hell was it? Oh, I know what it was. Oh, that's one of 3. Hold on. And I can't look at my thing. It was either the sequel to that one flick, the one that Sea liked. What was that one flick? Satan's Slaves. It was the Satan's Slaves sequel, which I didn't rate 6.5. It wasn't like it was bad, but it was disappointing because I liked the first one much more. Or it was the VHS 90 whatever because I liked the one before that more. Or I think it might have been this. I think it was Deadstream because everybody was fucking blowing Deadstream. And I'm Mr. Found Footage, and I love that shit. And I'm watching it, and I'm seeing these gaping fucking plot holes, and I'm seeing these things going on, and I'm like, and then I don't understand if the guy is trying to be funny or not, and if it works here. And there was things happening in the script that just made no sense. It was another, what do you call it for me? It was another Hell House LLC, where I love these kind of movies. And I watch them, and I'm like, okay, but it didn't stick the landing. I have a major complaint in the fucking third act that nobody seems to care about, and I love found footage. How come Hell House LLC and Deadstream are beloved by people, and you don't? It just, and there's all these other found footage movies that are better, that make much more sense, that are similar. And I gotta do a second
watch. I like that shit. It was one of my 7.5s that just missed the list, but
it was a 7.5 for me too. But it was still most disappointing.
Wow.
Because maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't a 7.5. Maybe I'm confusing that with the other found footage one, Dash Cam. I confuse them. They both start with D. They're both.
Dash Cam was my lowest rated of the 116 films I watched.
I liked Dash Cam. That's weird, man. She was a believable person because there's people like that everywhere. And where it went in the fucking third act was so cool. I wish I would have seen more, but I just took it at face value. I'm like, okay, these are cool things I haven't seen a whole lot of before, as opposed to Deadstream, who, and I'm not knocking it because a lot of things I've seen before. And they executed it, and it still looked good. But I was like, I think Dashcam did some things that I hadn't seen before as a found footage fan, where Dashcam did some things that I thought were new. And Deadstream was just like, oh yeah, really cool. I've seen it before. I'm not knocking it for that, but it didn't like reinvent anything. And then there's the comments, which I love reading the comments. I love doing it in Spree. I loved doing it in Deadstream, and I loved doing it in Dashcam. I love seeing the comments from the fucking YouTubers or the Instagrammers. Because it makes the movie fun, because when I'm not watching what's going on the screen, I'm reading this and I'm going back and forth. So it makes for a good experience. So I'm afraid to look at my ratings because I'm on Facebook and I want to read that fucking Fangoria article.
Yeah, don't worry. I was just
hold
curious.
on. I'm gonna save the link. No, I want to know. Ultimately, I do want to know, because this was last show.
Because I'll just say this, my biggest disappointment for the longest time was Nope. But even though, again, I rated it at 6.5 after one watch, and I haven't rewatched it yet, but then I saw Terrifier 2, and that was easily my biggest disappointment of the year.
Really?
I absolutely thought it was dreadfully long. The story was just an absolute mess. The kills were fantastic, and art is great, and that's the only thing that saved it for me, but fuck. And I'm not giving up on it by any means. I can't wait to see the next one, but I get it.
Fantastic.
See.
So ridiculous. Like, so ridiculously over the top. Like, an hour and 20, and it didn't even, or 2 hours and 20, it didn't even feel like it.
It felt, see, that's the thing. It felt like it to me. I was like, what are they doing? What's with this girl and her sword? Why are they dead? Why is she giving birth? Why is she giving birth to a head?
I agree. Give me an answer to the girl with the sword. You don't get that.
No.
And and all that. And I'm like, I'm hoping if they abandoned that in part 3, then I might have to say, like, hey, like, because as a standalone, I can't argue that. You're right. There's no response to what that is. That they've alluded to the father having this connection, but they haven't done any payoff whatsoever.
Yeah.
In said movie.
Exactly.
So I guess that is a bit of an issue, but.
I like the reason. I like the reason. I think he was trolling everybody who all complained there wasn't any story in the first one. It's like, okay, motherfuckers, you want to complain about story? I'm going to give you too much fucking story, and then you're not even going to know what all of it means. That's
I agree with you on that, but I wasn't one of the persons complaining with the first one. I love the first one, so that's why I was pissed. I'm like, just give me more of the first. All the kills in this were great. Just give me the kills.
That's fair.
But yeah, I get it.
That's fair. Well, here it is. I figured it out. This most disappointing was Satan's Slaves, and this was my bottom 5. From 5 to 1. The Alien Report, 6 out of 10. Deadstream, 6 out of 10. Maloke, 6 out of 10. VHS 99, 6 out of 10. And Dawn Breaks Behind the Eyes, 5. Did you watch Dawn Breaks Behind the Eyes?
I did, and the first half of the film, I was like, this might make my list. The second half, I was like, what the fuck? Why'd they do that?
Thank you. What the fuck is right? And I love drug movies, trippy shit, but it's got to make a little sense. You know,
No, the first half, I like the idea of it being about this actual family's curse to the castle, and then they have it being a film shoot, and it just, I didn't like any of the characters, and it was just way too out there and trippy. I was like, it took me out of it instantly.
And I skipped Crimes of the Future because BC said I should, and I probably wouldn't like it. And he's Mr. fucking Cronenberg, so I'm like, well, if he says I'm not gonna like it, and he didn't like it, I'm probably not gonna. So I didn't. But Deadstream, I'm gonna say this. I feel bad about
that, though. You may have liked it.
Who knows? Like I told Watson, and Watson thinks I may be right, and he may have to fucking assess the movie again. The person that shows up in Deadstream that ends up being revealed as something later, think about what they're asking you to believe. Like, I'm watching the movie and this person shows up, and I'm thinking, oh, this is cool because maybe they're going to tie it in and say this person is a relative of the original that was at this house before, and this and that, and this is like a revenge thing, and it makes sense. When this person says, oh, yeah, and you find out that they actually are who they say they are, I'm like, so what? You want me to believe that this person was sitting at a computer, this ghost, waiting around on the off chance that one day on YouTube somebody is going to go into this house and talk about this thing, and you're going to pretend to follow them for fucking half a year as a ghost. You're going to sit there and type and pretend to be their biggest fan and then show up and do this. That is fucking the laziest fucking writing I've seen all year. Was that?
Yeah, I remember you posting about that when we were all watching it. Yeah.
And then on top of it,
I don't remember this, and no one else has brought that up.
I know, but it's a fact. Watch the movie and you'll see. And I'll let you look for it. And now look at what happens at the end doesn't make any sense to me, because the guy has like a goofy type personality. He's like, oh, and he's getting afraid. But again, I don't know if he's trying to be funny or not. But then he gets revealed as what he's revealed, and that doesn't fit his fucking personality whatsoever. That would be like finding out that fucking Mickey Mouse is a Nazi. or something. Or no, Ace Ventura Pet Detective is actually has a fucking pedophile ring. It doesn't make sense to the fucking personality. At least make him more straight and maybe
I
a
think
little.
this must be your biggest disappointment because you've been on this crusade to get people not to like this movie for the last three. I know, I get it.
I don't understand why people love these things where I see these obvious flaws. I'm like, well, how do you accept it now? If you're a person that accepts everything and doesn't critique other films that I may happen to like, then by all means, you're one of those people that nothing bothers you. That's okay. But I don't know a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people nitpick other stuff that I may happen to like, and I'll tell you what's wrong with it. But if I see them blindly love these things, I'm like, well, hold on. I want you to think about this. How does that make any sense? And it was one of those movies, B, where when that reveal happened, I checked out for the whole rest of the movie. Like I couldn't fucking come back to it. I was like, I don't think I can get over this. And I wanted to when I hung in there, but I just couldn't come back. Just like in the menu, something happened at one point, and I loved the menu. When something was revealed about the Coast Guard, and I'll just say that, I was like, well, how the fuck could this even be possible if they did this and this? And I fell out of the movie for 5 minutes, and I didn't think I was going to be able to come back. But then I did come back, and then I was able to write my own fucking thing where it could have been even more of a devious part of the setup, and they were on a certain channel, and maybe it was on that channel just in case. But anyway, I was able to right myself that wrong. I cannot find a way to right myself the wrong in Deadstream. That's what it comes down to.
That's fair. Right the wrong.
Yeah. So anyway, I hijacked your thing. Well, you asked me.
No, I'm because again one watch for everything this year, and Deadstream was a while ago, and I rated it 7.5. I do want to see it again because I heard a lot of people having it very high on their lists, but I've also heard some people disappointed in it. But I want to check it out again.
I raved about it when I saw it. It ended up being number 17 on my list. So it's
okay.
like you know what I mean? Like it's I really enjoyed it, and again, I didn't really read into it too much, I guess, just because of it's the presentation of said film, and this was just sort of like a first person YouTube stream Evil Dead like kind of wannabe, and I just had fun with it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like with this type of film, I didn't deep dive into anything that was going on. I just sort of accepted the wacky, crazy shit going on, just because it felt like a wacky, crazy film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'll next time I watch it, I'll pay attention. All right, my number 7, by far the most controversial film, but I read about it. I added it to the list. I wasn't going to watch it. It's literally listed as a crime thriller, but there is an element of horror to it. It's definitely worth checking out. It would be higher if it was straight up horror, and it's called Bull.
No,
Bull.
Bullshit. Let's see, Bull. Huh?
It's got the lead guy from
Night Court.
Kill List.
Richard Bull's in it.
Yeah, Richard.
Bull.
Bull. Oh, I can see it here. Yeah. What the?
It's listed as crime thriller. But honestly, I didn't hear about this one, so I can't even say that I looked and saw that and didn't watch as a result. But
the less I say, the better on this one. It's literally like a British crime thriller guy coming back for revenge.
Dave's out. British.
It's so good. It's the lead guy from Kill List.
I love British. Mia's fucking British.
What are you talking about? I talked about Do Not Open Till Christmas. I can't watch that. It's British. It's too British.
It's a British fucking mystery of, governor, what are we going to do? We have a killer loose in Times Square. And all that cop shit with them being British. It's just
they're not like Keystone Coppers.
And why are they in Times Square?
I don't know. I couldn't think of a place in the UK.
Piccadilly Circus? What?
Piccadilly. What's going on here?
How many elephants in the Piccadilly Circus?
I just figured I'm saying a crime thriller with imagine investigators in like Don't Open Till Christmas, which I haven't seen. But I'm bored enough with fucking cops and investigators being involved in a fucking slasher. I don't want it. A giallo is one thing, but in a slasher, but to have that element and then have it be British on top of it, I just think would make it more boring. I don't know.
This is a British crime mob revenge film. Guy's betrayed, comes back to seek revenge and try to find out what happened to his son. And honestly, there was no intention of ever having this on the list. I just watched it because I'd heard people talk about it and praise it and read about it, even though it was on like horror publications. I was like, this isn't horror. But then it does one thing, and I'm like, fuck, that's horror. And
Okay.
I'm like,
cool.
what? That's horror. It's horror.
That element is horror.
Because I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What the hell's going on here? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And then there's like something happens. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's straight up horror. But it's 99% not horror. But just check it out. Either way, whether you consider it horror or not, it's such a good film. And that's going to be the last of the controversial picks.
Oh, okay. I trust you though. Now I have to watch a couple of your movies, which is, you got me. You made a liar out of me. I was saying I have everyone's top 10 that was a genuine horror movie. Like, okay, A Banquet wasn't your top 10, but I didn't see it, and I didn't see the other one that you said that was in your that is a horror movie for sure. You just said it a couple ago, so I'm like, fuck. Now I gotta watch.
Alone with You.
Alone with You. Yeah. Why
you know what? It's weird. Even though I'm very high on it, like it's not a film I would like comfortably recommend to people. Be like, oh, you'll love this film. I feel like you might just be like, I wish I hadn't watched that. I honestly do. I don't know why. I
honestly do too, Dave. I don't think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Save me.
All right, number 6. Don't Worry, Darling.
Ah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby.
She was so good, Florence Pugh. Fantastic. Great female performances this year.
My wife watched this one, and I didn't even realize it was horror. I don't know how
I guess this could be one you could call sci-fi again, but
it felt horror enough to me.
It was Heather's number 1. I think I did listen to Scott and Heather.
It was,
so
yeah.
Maybe they were the ones.
Seems like it would be, and I did listen to fucking their number 1s.
It was Heather's. It was Heather's number 1, and I mean, to me, I said it from the minute I saw it that it feels like a long Black Mirror episode to me. So
sure,
take what you want from that. Like that's what it felt like to me. Like an extended Black Mirror episode.
Well, when she said her number 1, I'm like, I went to Kara. I'm like, you watched this? Yeah, I didn't know it was horror. I would have watched it with you. She's like, yeah. I'm like, damn you.
I didn't.
And then she said, leave me the fuck alone. I can't taste anything.
I didn't watch it either until JP basically convinced me in the chat, saying, no, man, I think you consider horror. I think it's horror. Watch it. And I was like, because I was going to skip. The way it was marketed, it seemed like it was a very, average Joe and Jane were talking about it. And I was like, okay, so it's just a regular fucking movie about a female in some type of distress. I don't know. And I just kind of left it at that. And then, I think it was like on Peacock, or it was on one of those channels where it was promoted. So I'm like,
HBO Max.
Okay.
HBO Max. Yeah.
Oh, is it Max? Okay. So people were talking about it. I was like, well, I'm not hearing a lot of talk from the horror people at all. So I'm probably just not going to watch it. Yeah. And then JP said, watch it. And I'm glad he did, because then it ended up making my list.
Yeah, so and those performances. I mean, Florence Pugh, she's really great in everything. In fact, sure. I think they're on Shudder next month or this month at some point. They're putting her.
She's British too.
Yeah, they're putting her first movie, like the first called The Falling. It's from 2014.
Oh, okay.
It's where like they play schoolgirls, and like they start having like these hysterical fits, and it starts spreading throughout the school. I always recommend that to people, especially if you like Florence Pugh, because it's like probably one of her first films. I've seen it.
Okay. I thought it was one of these things like Sizzle Beach USA, where they found a movie that she was in, and then like Kevin Costner, and then they're like, let's release this. And put his name all over it.
You could rent it and stuff, but I think I saw that it's coming to Shudder.
What was it? A teen sex comedy? Sizzle Beach USA? It sounds like.
No, I think he was in it for like 2 seconds, and then they re-released it. I think Troma re-released it, called it Sizzle Beach USA. It had a different name to it. So this was the re-release title, and they're like, Kevin Costner in his first movie, Sizzle Beach USA, and it was, I think actually his first movie was that dreadful slasher that I talked about when we did Year of the Slasher called Shadows Run Black, and it's just horrible. And but this came out around the same time. This got repackaged as Sizzle Beach USA.
So it's not a screwball sex comedy, Sizzle Beach USA.
No, I don't even remember much of it. Okay. I'm pretty sure you could probably find it on YouTube.
What's it called again?
I'm pretty sure. Sizzle Beach USA, you fucking skunk.
I like the way you say sizzle.
Remember that one time I was doing that review, that triple R, and I kept saying fucking Papa Corn, and you guys kept fucking laughing about it? What is his name again? Papa Corn. Papa Corn.
Papa Roach?
Papa Corn.
Who are you talking about?
Papa Corn. By the way, What happened to what's her name? Who am I talking about?
What happened to who? Florence Pugh?
Jane Levy. I was thinking about Jane Levy the other day. Where the fuck has that girl been? Yeah.
Jane Levy. What? I know
she
the
was
name.
doing
What?
horror stuff for a while and she vanished. Last time I saw her, she
Evil
was
Dead.
in season 2 of Castle Rock, and she played Danny Torrance or Jackie Torrance. She played a female Torrance that was related to the Torrance family, and so she came back, I thought, into the horror genre, and then I haven't seen her in a bit. I was like, what happened to Jane Levy?
She was also pretty mainstream, also with some of the stuff she did, like with TV.
Well, she was in Don't Breathe, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Because Florence Pugh kind of reminds me a little bit of Jane Levy. And that's why I thought about her. Seeing how Florence Pugh was doing all these things, I'm like, what happened to Jane Levy? She kind of fucking fell off, you know?
It says she has a small role in the upcoming Toxic Avenger.
No, everybody does. Have you seen that thing? There's like fucking 100 people on there.
Everybody does.
I'm telling you, look at it. Go on IMDb, because we talked about it when we did our follow-up on what's supposed to come out in 2023. And there's a million people on fucking the Toxic Avenger cast.
I hear it's a loose remake of Sizzle Beach.
Might as well be at this point. I think Kevin Costner's Toxic.
Wasn't Schwarzenegger supposed to be in the Toxic Avenger remake? Remember they were talking about it years ago?
He plays Bozo.
Awesome. Maybe Jane Levy plays what's her name?
Mop boy. Mop boy. I can't even do a Schwarzenegger accent. Can't do a mop stripe.
Is that Schwarzenegger or Sloth?
I don't know.
Sloth.
That was Arnold Schwarzenegger mid-stroke.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I watched Goonies the last time. Can you believe at the end of that movie, what would you do if you were the parents of fucking
I'd be
Chunk?
like, get this fucking guy out of here. He's not living. You're coming to live with us now.
Right.
Think again, Chunk.
Yeah. Pretty ballsy move by fucking Chunk.
The parents have, first of all, they've known each other for like 12 hours. Second of all, the parents haven't seen this guy before in their life. But that's the love of movies. I remember like you could do that for all the classics where like you feel like so invested. We're so invested in it. You think there's so much time spent. They've been together for 12 fucking hours on this quick adventure. The guys, you're going to live with us now. No, we don't know him. And look at that fucking eye.
What is
and
he?
that wiggle ear. Yeah.
That wiggle
Baby
ear.
root. Yeah. Okay, we're out of here. Take some of these jewels and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right. Give him some jewels. Yeah, go make some money. You got money. Take care of yourself now. Go back to where you lived, and now you got money. You can feed yourself. Your siblings are dead or taken away in custody. You're good, Chunk or Sloth, whatever the fuck his name is.
Chunk, Sloth. Everybody's good now.
Mouth. Everybody's got one fucking name. You know.
Anyway, how did we get here? We're
poor B. We keep hijacking this fucking.
Oh no, it's
supposed
fine.
to be.
It's fine. No, this is good. This is great. My number 5 is another foreign film, Piggy.
Ah, nice.
Oh, I like that. Portuguese? I can't remember.
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, Spanish. I think some were speaking French in it. You know, but yeah, I thought the lead girl in this, like, she was one of my favorite performances of the year. I just bought into it. It just really felt for her, and I love the whole progression of the story, and I love the way it ended.
I like the look of this movie too.
Yeah. This was a good one. I felt like it was going to be more well received. I didn't hear enough people praising this one, but
yeah, I'm with you. It did kind of come and go, and I dug it. I liked the way where it went at the end, and the fucking and there was a little bit of a turn there, and he thought something was going to happen, and I don't know. It was cool. It was original, right? I'd say that. Yeah.
It was. I really felt for this girl. Like, she was really just being tormented on all fronts, even at home. I love the way it played out.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff.
And yeah, this is the start of the 8.5s from Piggy on. These are all 8.5s. Again, all one-time watches, but so some of these could go up. Some of the others could go up, but my number 4 film, and this was my number 1 film early on in the year, but it's been so long since I've seen it that I remember it, but I'm gonna have a tough time talking about it. It's another film that popped up on Shudder I don't know if a lot of people saw it. It's called All the Moons.
Oh,
No.
No?
I don't even remember this movie.
But
Yeah.
why? Why didn't I see it?
It
Go
takes
ahead,
place
Beach.
during the war. It's also a Spanish film.
It's so
Drama
I think maybe
fantasy.
at this point,
That's why.
maybe at
Son
this
of a
point,
bitch,
Dave and I will just reach out to the listeners and say, hey guys, we're sorry. We thought Brandon would bring like an interesting top 20,
No, it's-
22 list.
I'm bringing
This
a
is a
top.
Brandon list. This is
It
True
is.
Blue Brand. True Blue. There we go.
There it is. More so than ever. Usually B surprise us with 1 or 2. He
Yeah.
surprised us with like 6 or 7
Yeah.
so far.
My top 3 will bring it back to normal. But I know I'm just looking at it now. I see it's listed as drama fantasy, but this is
Right, that's my
literally a girl like during the war who's killed and brought back to life by like a witch, and she basically just you follow her through
From
hundreds of
2020.
I don't know what the period of time is, but it's like years and years, and she, obviously she's not aging at all because she's like an immortal child, almost like a witch almost. She's not a witch, but she's just eternal. But it's
Does she
really
do horrific things? I mean, then there you go. She's a witch, right? A bad witch or a good one?
No, she's
Are
good.
you a good witch or a bad witch?
She's
Okay.
good. She's good.
Okay. But bad things happen to her.
It must have been.
Bad
It must
things,
have been
yeah.
made in 2020. Must have been released this year.
Yeah.
And look who directed it. Igor directed it.
No, it's pronounced Igor.
Oldie, and still a goodie. And that time you can't disagree, Brandon.
I don't disagree. I'm just mad that half my list isn't horror. I
Don't
did
worry,
it
we
again.
expected
I did
nothing
it
less.
again. I literally thought
That's-
like 2 films on my list were in horror, and now looking back on it, like 18 of the 22 are.
Teen comedy. Teen comedy, romantic drama.
Number 3,
Sizzle Beach. My number 3. Sizzle Beach.
My number 3 is The Menu.
Hey.
I had
all
that
right.
down as your number 1.
Oh, did you?
I marked it down. Well, thinking that see, visual. I had it down as Brandon.
I did not pick his number 1. I can tell you that. I don't remember what I picked, but it may have been The Menu. It may have been fucking Hatching. It may have been Pearl. Either way, I didn't put an official, and I should have, but I would not have guessed it.
They all made the list, and honestly, The Menu could have been number 1 because all these are rated the same right now. But man, what a great film! To me, it was like a culinary Midsommar. To me, it was a culinary Midsommar. That's what it felt like to me.
Interesting way to put it, but yeah, fuck, it was great. I enjoyed it from fucking start to finish, and I couldn't wait to show my wife and daughter because I knew they would like it too. It's a horror movie that you could pretty much show anybody that's seen any type of violent thing before. Because there's only like 1 or 2 real violent things, like the suicide and the other thing, a chop of a finger. But it's tame if they've watched horror movies with you in the past. So it's like, and it's one of these movies you want to see how they're gonna react when things unfold because it's such a fun ride, man. That's what it
really
is.
The satire is great with the whole culinary world and all that. The performances are fantastic. I mean, what's his name? Ray Fiennes, Anna Taylor-Joy.
We call him Ralph Fiennes on this show.
I call him his actual fucking name.
Where did Ralph come from?
I thought it's Rafe.
Rafe? R-A-Y-F? It's a combination between Ray and Ralph. Rafe. So like fucking...
It's Ray Fiennes.
Right,
I would swear there's a Ralph Fiennes.
No, I think it's spelled Ralph Fiennes, but I think it's pronounced Rafe.
It is spelled Ralph Fiennes. R-A-L-P-H.
Yeah, but Ralph Fiennes didn't win an Oscar for Schindler's List, but Rafe Fiennes did.
Wait a minute. Ralph, yeah, it is Ralph, but am I wrong? Are they 2 different people?
No, they're the same person. I just think it's pronounced Rafe.
Okay.
What's his brother's name? Joe? Or is it John?
Oh, the guy from Shakespeare in Love?
Yeah.
I think that's
that was the one. I think he was nominated for an award there or whatever. And then I don't remember him doing anything else ever
Well,
since.
that's universally like the film that was nominated and won Oscars that people say is like the most overrated film ever.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is pronounced Rafe. You're right.
In the theaters, I remember seeing that and actually not minding it.
No, I didn't. I saw it once. I didn't dislike it. Some people are just overly critical. It is Rafe, right?
It says the pronunciation here looks like R-E-I-F or R-A-Y-F, so Rafe. In all these years, I thought people were saying Ray. Ray fine. Then I heard the
Yeah,
F
same
at
with
the
me.
end until you said it.
Look,
Same with me.
glad I came back to educate you on Rafe.
Yeah, Rafe.
It's like
Rafe, it sounds like a snack or something.
it's like when you thought it was Scott Farkas and I thought it was Scud Farkas, but we turned out it was right in the middle of the two. It was Scott.
Yeah, which it's so stupid. Scott.
Honestly, you thought it was Scott, and I thought
Yeah.
it was Scud, S-K-U-D, as a kid. I was
Yeah.
like, Scud Farkas. And then we
It's
learned
a stupid name. Rafe. Rafe reminds me of like a fucking, like a snack, like a wafer with a raisin. Rafe.
Well, whoever
You know,
he
we
is,
got
he's great in
Rafe.
this movie.
Chocolate covered raisins on a wafer could be fucking Rafe.
I'd rather be
Ralph,
Rafe I'd rather be Rafe
Rafe,
than
they
Rafe.
were all great in this movie. All three of his personalities were fantastic.
I love that ending. I love the way it played out. Like everybody, I saw some people complaining about, how, her character, how it plays out for Anna Taylor-Joy and
I think
everything
it's
with
great.
the cheeseburger. It's
Yes.
brilliant. It's so
Yeah.
simplistic and so brilliant with everything. I loved it. That was such a like me ending.
Dude, because she made him feel like she took him back to why he got involved
Like
in
a
it in the
natural
first place.
woman.
He was all fucking right.
His
Not
joy was
disgruntled.
gone. The one picture
Yes.
in his house of him smiling was when he was working the burgers.
Correct. So
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense. Right before he died, she gave him his last fucking feeling of joy
Yes.
back to when he enjoyed what he was doing, which he's now sacrificing himself and everything that it stands for with him. So it makes perfect sense.
I honestly
To
think
feed
though,
rich people.
I
don't
honestly
even
think
remember
that's
what
how
fuck
the
they-
three of us should go out though at some point. When we're done with
It's-
life, I think we should turn ourselves into s'mores.
Yeah.
I could do it. There's
I
words.
I want a marshmallow
S'mores?
necklace. I want a marshmallow necklace.
Oh my god, that was the best. It wasn't even a necklace. It was like a whole fucking. They looked like they were like out of like Shakespeare in Love. Like when they put them there, they look oh, like I swear that they probably just used those costumes in some of those period pieces, and they're like, are those fucking mushrooms or ruffles?
Ruffled. Yeah, ruffled potato chips.
Yeah, all dressed.
We're all gonna get Lay's.
They should have put a Ruffles potato chips on them too for Ruffles. You know what I mean? Put a string and say, "Oh, we got Ruffles on our fucking on the end of them."
Hey, don't ruffle my feathers.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
right.
man.
amazing!
Well, now we're getting back into horror at least.
Yeah, no, these last two, these last 3 are straight up. Hey, with the exception of All the Moons, I guess, and Bowl, 8 of my top 10 are horror,
Okay,
and 10 of my top 12 with Long Walk and Halloween Ends. I could deal with that. This one's definitely
There you go.
horror. My number 2 film, Fresh.
Man, I contemplated having that as your number one. I really
Dude.
dug that as well.
Oh, what a blast! Probably the most fun I had. Just
Yeah.
a great blend of everything I enjoy.
it was cool, man. I only saw it one time. I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I only
But
saw
in
it
this
once
movie,
too.
it's been showing up on top tens.
Yeah.
You're not the only one I've heard for sure. I've heard some
Well, I
people.
had it at number 7.
There you go. You too. I think fucking Jamie, maybe Brian both. I can't remember. Some other. I don't know if Watson did. I can't remember. But it's showing up. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a cool concept. I think Jamie said something about it that pumped it up for me, and I think my expectations were too high when I watched it. But I still gave it like a 7.5. I didn't dislike it by any
Oh,
means.
yeah. No, that's fine.
You know? Yeah.
All right. Any
All right.
ideas what number 1 is?
Well, now that you've
Oh.
crunched both
let's
of them,
see.
I'm hoping it's one other one that I really dug. Ended up being my number 3. There's so many that it could be.
That's what I'm thinking. There's one out there.
I'll tell you what. Nicole Trawick had it at her number 2. My number 1.
Oh, I know what the fuck it is. It's one that I fucking loved and that fucking tormented me because of one fucking scene. I know what it is. It's the Innocents.
It's The Innocents. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my number
That
1.
is a B number 1.
Yeah. No,
It was
I
in
mean,
my top 10 for a long time, and then at the end it just fucking got bumped a few. But I'm big on it, man.
Okay, I could
That
see
was my
some
number
people.
21.
Okay, I could see some people
Nice.
not loving the ending. I mean, the kids' performances in this. I mean,
Oh.
obviously it drove the film, and each of them were fantastic. And to me, the ending is such a happy ending for me, especially with these sisters. You know, because she's scribbling and she's like, she's being all tormented in her brain. Then all of a sudden she stops it, connecting with her sister the same way she connected with the other girl earlier in the film who wound up getting killed. I mean, it was such a me film.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to get off of the.
What were you thinking?
No. Possibly The Cursed.
7.5.
I love that
Seven.
movie.
That's what I gave it.
Just missed.
Black Phone. You hated the trailer. You thought it looked horrible. I remember us discussing this. What did you think of the movie?
7.5. Again, Black Phone, Cursed, Deadstream, X.
Barbarian.
What's that?
You didn't say anything about Barbarian.
Barbarian, that was also 7.5. All these were 7.5s
Right.
that just missed the list. These are literally like 25 through 30. These films.
Your
That's
honorable
fair.
mentions almost then.
Yeah, they
Makes
are.
sense.
And
Yeah.
American Carnage was one I watched that had Jenna Ortega in it, which I thought was a fun concept.
Fucking Jenna Ortega
Yeah,
everywhere.
she was in everything this year.
Boy, she's great, huh? Wow.
Another 7.5. And Suicide for Beginners was a 7.5.
What did you think of Scream? We've talked about it. I was very disappointed with it. Dewey was my favorite part of the movie, but I was disappointed with most of it.
I thought the dialogue was cringe. I enjoyed watching it, but the dialogue was so cringe that at the end of the day, I think I gave it like a 5.5.
And I don't mean everybody's got to age. Everybody's got to age, and I know people have done things to themselves that, especially being in Hollywood, maybe you feel like you got to do to look younger. But it was almost shocking when Courtney Cox came on the screen for the first time.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was like,
yeah.
Holy fuck. What?
Right.
It really kind of shook me because I'm so used to seeing her in a different way. And again, like everybody ages. I get it, but it almost feels like there's too much work done that I felt sorry for her.
Yeah,
I
well,
felt
even in the
I do
6th trailer, she's very jarring in the part 6 trailer because I'm like, stop getting work done.
She was so pretty. She
looked
pretty.
fine aging. She
Yeah,
looked
and again,
aging naturally.
It's like Little
hate it,
Kim.
and I know,
Have you seen Little Kim lately?
No.
No?
Is that one of the ones you've been putting on TikTok or asking for your Facebook reels?
Yeah, come on. No, dude, poor girl. No, she's done so much work on her fucking face. She was another pretty girl. I don't know what the fuck she did to herself. Same thing.
I mean, it's Hollywood. I know it. She's been in the industry for a long time, but it was just a little upsetting to see. But hey, what can you do? I mean, but there's like plot conveniences there. Like one of my big complaints, Brandon, I don't even think it's a nitpick. I think this is a major oversight. Is they have that kid being the daughter of the deputy sheriff girl. She was in part 4. She never had a kid. I know we're never made aware. It just seems so forced. The forcedness with Randy's like mixed family and everything. All of that stuff rubbed me the wrong way.
The friendly ghost. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, all I remember,
that friendly ghost is as bad as Busta Rhymes fucking making Michael Myers turn down to him. I just don't.
Are you talking about the fact that? What about like Billy Loomis's? Like she remembers him in the
friendly
fucking
ghost
outfit that he died in the fucking Scream. Like she didn't even know. Like what the fuck are you trying to sell?
It's so fucking bad there. I've only seen her once.
How would she remember him in that T-shirt?
It's just for the audience, which is stupid.
Cara syrup. But they use her pig's blood. Like, why didn't she just recite the fucking line? If he remembers him like that, she knows everything about the guy now. Like, it's just a little too much, but...
it's like the Halloween 4 picture when fucking...
But I will still see Scream 6. I'm not anti-Scream.
That's how I feel. It's definitely, like, right there at the bottom in terms of the ratings for me, in terms of the Scream films. But yet, I still, at the end of it, I'm like, all right, can't wait for part 6. But man... I could not give this film any higher than like a 5.5, 6 out of 10.
Chris A.K. Scott was texting back and forth, and he said that he's not high on the Scream films at all. For the most part, he's watched them and whenever hasn't really revisit them. He actually thinks part 5 might be his favorite. I guess if you're not a fan, I mean, maybe.
I do. I'm gonna have to quit the show again.
Nev Campbell was so wedged in there, it almost felt like she was an afterthought.
Yeah.
So like this whole dispute for part 6, I don't even know because she seems like such an afterthought for 5. I don't even care what to believe.
Yeah, even the lead girl in this one was like, this isn't about you anymore. Get the fuck out of this film.
And that's the problem with me is the sister, the older sister. Jenna Ortega's fine. The older sister, I hate her as an actress. At least in this movie, because it's all I've seen her in. And it doesn't look promising for 6, because what they show in the trailer, I'm like, can she deliver a fucking line or not? Just seems unnatural to me. Something's not working for me with her.
I hope the focus is shifted towards Jenna Ortega's character in this one. That's the only thing that might be good about it. Knowing that she's done so many things now, and she had a hit fucking show on Netflix, that's a big deal.
I have a feeling she will be. I hope they Rachel her. I hope they Rachel Halloween 5, the sister, and then Jenna Ortega becomes the lead in 7. That would be fucking.
Yep.
And they put more.
I gotta watch it.
Into the.
Oh, I can't believe they did that.
It's just at the end of the trailer as an homage. I can't believe I made you mad with that. It was supposed to be something good, something positive. Why am I doing this?
I'm just sick of them fucking using those things to kick off theirs. They are already an established franchise. You don't have to keep doing that. But you know what? They're so out of fucking ideas that they have to fucking ape off all that shit, and it bothers me. Honestly, it's not even that. I said it earlier, and I'll get off. It's the damn Scream fanboys who are, after Halloween, are absolutely the worst fucking ones out there. It's simple as that.
Are you saying Scream fanboys, or are you saying Lacey and Dan?
They are the Scream fanboys.
If you say one thing negative about the movie, you're fucking toast. You're done.
Well, who else is the big Scream fanboy? Andrew Schroyer? He'd have the same take. You name any fucking Scream fanboy.
But you can say that about. I mean, although we are Friday fanboys and we will talk shit about certain installments. We will talk shit about certain installments. These are the fanboys and girls that will say nothing's wrong with the whole franchise of everything. And, the JPs of the bunch.
Right. Nothing is wrong. See, he's another one. Fucking JP.
He's just mad because JP doesn't think he's a Friday fanboy.
Fuck all of that. What does the future hold be? Is this a one and done? Was it like, I wanted to share my list, I'm back. What are your intentions? Everybody wants to know, including us. and there's no wrong answer. I know you don't want to review movies, so tell us.
My plan was to delete both of you from my contacts the minute I sign off.
That's it. He's done his part, folks. He's done more.
The second I joined Skype today, it says, Brandon Orlick has left this conversation. I guess you found out you're still part of some sort of groups. It wasn't any group that I was in, but it shows me that you've left this group. You've left that group. It's the best.
I just want to see the thumbnail for episode 199, see if my head's back on there.
The head's been off for a long time.
No, I know.
I didn't know what to do.
That's what it's got to be, another Skinamarink show.
I stand corrected. We went to no head. We just went to the logo until you were trying to figure out. Then when you gave me the fine, then we went to the 2 head.
No heads. Right now we're no heads. We're just exploding.
No, we're back to 2 heads. I think we're back to 2 heads. No,
I can't
even fucking remember.
I can't keep up with you. So anyway, here's what's great about being here. On top of the obvious, this is the first time in I don't know how long we've had no fucking technical issues whatsoever. Am I right? See,
isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
You know why that is?
You've been gone.
I started the call. I called C, and then C just said, and you,
Maybe you should call every time, and even if you stay or not.
Every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., I'll call you guys, and then you'll never see me.
Right. So you're right.
You're
right.
Talks.
You call us and you just leave. You don't mind doing that, setting up the call for us, and then you just take a back. No, all joking aside. So the logo for the pages, it went to the 2 head thing, but for the shows it stayed headless. I think it's been the old logo, the new logo, but just with like the blood and no fucking heads. But I don't know if I want to give it up. Do I put it for that one show? Do I put all? I guess we have to go old school.
I'm just teasing you.
No, I know you are, but I got to figure out what to do.
It should be just my head. It should be just my head for 199
for this episode. One head.
It might as well be.
You're right.
That's a good idea.
Or put my head but 3 times.
I like that. I may use it.
It's not even a title. Episode 199.
And just 3 B heads.
Just fucking 3 B heads.
No, it's going to be the top. top 22 of 2022, part 3, because we've never done that before. We have to do it.
It's true. Part 3. Who else has done it 3 parts? You're right. And here's the best part. What comes next? Episode 200. A month of fucking so much fun. And again, B, you can join any of those because there's no prep needed. It's just fucking, hey, this is the list we're going to talk. But what we are going to have on episode 200, we have people coming back out of retirement. We have people that haven't been here. Seriously.
That.
Forever.
401k.
That's one other reason I said it.
You know what
They're coming back. They haven't recorded anything. Other people that haven't been here in forever. Some people that have never been here before. And 3 different fucking groups of people on 3 different shows to record this fucking extravaganza.
Yeah, it's gonna be an epic episode. I'm glad you guys broke it up into 3 parts because trying to do that in even 2 would probably kill you.
No. However long, it might be a 12-hour show. Tentatively, we're going to say it's a 4-hour review. Hopefully, we're done by fucking 1.
Yeah.
And it's the only time we're going to do that. Then break time comes.
And that's what, so like all honesty, like, like it's not even you just say, hey, I'm recording and whatever. But if you tell us, man, if you want to come, like I don't know how else to word it. Like, it's not, hey guys, can I come on the show? You're part of the fucking show.
I
So
appreciate this. And I'll say this, when I stopped in February last year, that wasn't my intention. My intention was to go at least to 200 and then probably slowly kind of fade.
Yeah.
That was really, that's honestly where my head was back when we were around 170 was,
I remember.
You know what, I am getting tired, but I'll probably do another year and then probably be like, all right, maybe the occasional. And that's how I feel like I am now, where I would love to occasionally come back and join you. You definitely count me in for year-end shows because I just love nerding out and making year-end lists, so I would love to definitely.
Watson's out, you're in.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to mention that contingency off air, but since you brought it up. No, Watson was very nice. Watson reached out to me. He was checking.
Yeah, he's great. He can't. It's so great because he can't make fun of Dave at all. But even us now, we get along fantastic. I can't joke the way I did because for some reason that whole thing was when you were part of it. It was kind of fun to kind of rib him.
Remember that when he like ripped into us and then we were just like, we had nothing. We didn't have nothing. We had no response.
And then there was that one episode too where you're in show. I think it might have been 2021 where Dave got mad at us because we kept interrupting him. And then we all sat back like we got scolded in school. We were like, oh.
Well, I got yelled at on one of the 22 Shots show from Dave when Moods farted and I started dying laughing and Dave thought Moods farted. It was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. Nobody else heard it. Dave's talking. I'm dying laughing. Moods is dying laughing. And then Dave's talking about a movie. He's like, fuck it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You go. And I'm like, no.
You thought they were laughing at you, Dave?
I thought we were laughing at him and interrupting him. But yeah, I felt bad.
I
get like that too. You get self-conscious, like, what the fuck, man?
I thought him and Moods were laughing at me.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what was so funny. If I would have said something funny, I don't mind being laughed at.
He had Piper Laurie in his head. They're all gonna laugh at you.
I don't mind being laughed at. But when I'm like delivering a serious fucking, I don't know, talking about a movie or a movie that I like or love or whatever, and I'm just talking about it, and people are laughing. Now I'm gonna go, wait a minute, what did I do? I don't know. I'm fucked up there.
Ends are a given. But if you're ever like, you know what, I feel like, popping up, reach out. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Because I will keep bothering you. I don't want to bother you with it. That's essentially what happened the last time. I'm like, we'll let you do what you want to do and come on when you want to come on. So I don't want you to feel like, fuck, guys, I'll come when I come.
What I'll do is obviously, I talk to you guys a lot. We'll keep in touch and we'll find out what the schedule is and yeah, I'll talk to Dave.
In the one chat that I'm in. But the other chat was more active, me. But you guys aren't in that fucking chat half the time when it was going. So the Exploding Heads chat. I think I'm walking out of it.
I'll be back. I'll come back at some point.
I never left that chat. I'm not very chatty in the first place. I come into 1980 and mess around with you guys or talk football. Because football's actually been exciting this year.
Well, that's why I left. That's exactly why I left that chat. It went football talk. I'm like, fuck this. And
even Carly sticks around when the football talk is going on.
Makes jokes.
Yeah.
Parker ducks in and ducks out. It's funny,
That's exactly what happened. Instead of I'm like, I don't care about fucking football at all.
Well, it's almost over, so you can come back now. Next 2 weeks, it's over, or 3 weeks.
True.
Whatever.
We're going to be recording on Super Bowl Sunday for
Hey.
the big show, the top 50. The end of it's going to be on Super Bowl Sunday, the 12th of February.
Are you okay with that?
Big day for me. Like Super Bowl's not until fucking 6 o'clock.
He'll either be happy because he'll be watching the Bills play at 6, or he won't give a shit because the Bills won't be there, and he'll be like, "Fuck."
Well, I'll watch it no matter what.
Yeah,
I love my football. And today the Bills play at 3, so I'm fucking grand. I do this. Actually, I'm recording after this. I'm doing fucking the new horror movie show, and I told them I got to get off at 3. Boom, that's it. So I get to do it all fucking in the afternoon. I'm gonna basically
a lot of podcasting in one day. I got this.
but then I'm chill.
Fucking Venom over here.
Hey, look what finally came, by the way. The Scream Factory.
Nice.
I'm never going to wear this anywhere but the show because I can't imagine wearing this out in the public. But it was like, remember they told you they had that promo? If you bought over $100 worth of stuff, you got a free shirt. I get my order, had to pay a fucking premium. The only time don't get me wrong, it happens a lot, and it should happen, but the only order I've ever done from anyone where I got charged customs, they brought it to my door and said, that'll be $40, please. I'm like, $40? So it negated the whole sale pretty much, for the most part.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I had to pay $40 duty, customs duty, to get my Scream Factory, not the shirt, my Scream Factory order.
Customs
duty. Oldie, again, get a goodie. And then I was so pissed. I was so mad at my DVDs or my Blu-rays that I got that I had to pay this. Got them though. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not sending them back because they were such a good deal. But I probably ended up not getting much of a deal in the big picture. And then this shirt wasn't part of the order. I'm like, these sons of bitches. They didn't even ship the fucking free shirt that was supposed to come with the thing. And then it was because it was not rotten rags. What are they?
Fright rags?
Not fright rags.
Rotten cotton?
It might have been rotten cotton. It came
Terror
from one
threads?
of those fuckers. One of those fuckers. And then that came separately, and it was
Gutter
free.
garbs?
No duty. Gutter garbs, maybe.
I love gutter guards. So, okay, two things. Number one, you still have COD in Canada? That's a thing that still exists out there?
They said if you want this package, you have to pay $40. Otherwise, we're sending it back.
Was it Hulk Hogan? Did Hulk Hogan come to your door and say, "Give me custom
This was. I made that order before I knew I was coming to your place. I'm not even laughing. It's like moving stuff on. It was like if I knew I was coming to your house, I would have put your house down as the place to deliver, and I would have avoided this whole fucking thing. But I didn't know I was coming to your place. So then I just ordered it, and then of course a week later we came up with this plan. That order was already done, and then it came fucking late. I ordered it beginning of October. I got it at the end. I got it a week and a half, 2 weeks after I came to your place.
Honestly,
fucking crazy.
If you're gonna do big orders, any type of big order, you should do it to one of our houses. If you're ever in the area, without a doubt.
For sure.
Fucking crazy.
For sure. And number two, look on that shirt. Is that Poltergeist? In the number 10?
Yeah, that's the girl.
No,
that's Heather.
Wearing the number 10 shirt. You see the number 10?
Yeah, are these real characters or are these?
That's her from Poltergeist, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't know. It looks like a mashup.
Yeah, like I
Joe
feel
Beth Williams.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It might be her. It might be her shirt, but everyone's
it's her
mixed
shirt,
together.
But it's not her face. Probably because they couldn't get the licensing.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Is that Franny Krueger?
Franny Krueger.
Fucking shit. Free piece of shit.
Halloween Friends. Forget about Halloween Ends. Go watch Halloween Friends, by the way.
Dude, Tubi, I love Tubi. I love scrolling through Tubi and seeing what's on there. But man, they have a lot of stuff on that I'm like, only Tubi would have this.
You got to watch my two worst. I can't even remember the names of. I always forget it. It's like it's a part 1 and 2, and it was absolutely abysmal. Well, no,
that was the other one.
Yeah, the one my two bottoms of the year.
The one that had the fucking dog getting ripped out of somebody's stomach, or the kid getting ripped out.
No, that was Party Bus. That actually didn't even make my bottom 5, although it should have.
Okay.
It probably should have, but I put Firestarter as I needed some mainstream dishonors there, and Firestarter remake was brutal.
Dishonorably discharged.
Did you watch that Firestarter remake, Brandon?
Nah.
It was horrible.
I was selective this year, not as selective as I could have been, but 89 of my 116 were 6 or above.
Selective, eh?
And
not
only
bad.
and only 12 of my 116 were below 5.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like Dave-Z'd it. But
No,
he's
I
got a
did a
better
good
ratio.
job.
Not quite.
I did a good job. And some of the ones I had really low. I saw Ram Man had one of the ones I had in my bottom 5 on his top 10. Uma.
What was it?
Uma?
Puma?
Uma.
Oh, UMMA.
Uma. Oh. Letterman over here.
I almost watched it.
I
almost watched it.
Maybe it was just me, but I think some people enjoyed it more than I did. I mean, obviously Ram Man did, but I just
It
was
felt
so bored.
generic. I don't know
Very
how else to
generic.
describe it. That's
Yeah. I watched that other
Common
film
word.
that popped up on Shudder that I don't know. The filmmaker was very young. That's So Vam.
Oh,
that
yes.
one.
Thank you. Please
How
tell
about
me you
her?
didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Okay, because I felt it was my worst movie. I kept it on my bottom 5. It
It's
was my
my-
worst movie, but the other ones. And people were like, "Oh, but then I found out it was $12,000, and she was 16, or he or she was 16 at the time, or whatever." And I'm like, okay, I give it credit for that, but that doesn't change the fact that it was a fucking abysmal movie.
No, I listen. I had heard all these reviews, everyone saying how terrible it was and this and that. I still watched it just because they're like, oh, it's a super young filmmaker, it was this and that. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it anyway. I still gave it a 4 out of 10. It's probably my second lowest rated besides Dashcam, which I didn't hate because of the characters. I just hated because I'm over this excessively shaking camera. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I think especially now that iPhones are so advanced now, just everybody who's filming found footage should just be filming with an iPhone with the steady cam setting on there. So everything should look perfect.
True.
Yeah, it was So Vam, Toe, which was a Tubi original. Fuck that movie. Firestarter, and then it was that dual. The dual ones. The downfall is I always fuck up the names. If you think you're lonely now, 1 or 2, or something like that, or something to that effect, I always fuck it up. And they're not on Letterboxd, so I've got to. I always have to try to just remember them.
It's bad if they don't make Letterboxd.
I'm telling you, it's fucking crazy.
If you think you're lonely now.
Yeah, mine were like Dashcam, Uma, So Vam, The Night House, I think, early on in the year on Shudder. It was terrible. There were a couple others that were like 4.5s. But
what does it mean? So Vam. What the fuck is Vam?
Vampire.
Yeah, they're vampires, and they're
so like some JP and Carly would say.
They're gay. They're gay. Not cross dresser.
Well, I knew that aspect.
What am I saying? What are they? Drag queens. So it's like So Vam. Like so. I don't know.
You're so Vam. That's all I think about. You're so vain.
Yeah.
So Vam. Do they sing that song in there? You probably think this song. No.
Yep. Yeah. That's the opening credits. The
hey.
Unless something's not working with my IMDb, if you think you're lonely now, 1 and 2, the cover art doesn't even show up anymore. It did at one point.
I've never
even heard of these.
I've never even heard of these.
They're on Tubi. I triple dog dare you to watch both of them. 2 is even worse than 1.
Now leave him be. Leave him be. He's had enough fucking trauma with movies. We don't want him to watch shit movies again, especially recommended.
It turned out to be a solid year. I really do love watching the new horror films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. I can't get back into 1980s mode because I'm fucking so caught up in modern horror. It's so weird.
Yeah, I want to get back to watching films in my collection because I have probably 15% of my movies in my collection were blind buys that I still have to get to. I probably have a good 100 movies in my collection. So eventually I want to get back to that. But right now, like even with 2023 just starting, you've already watched 5. I know some people have watched like 10 and I want to check out at least half of them.
Did you watch Hellhole?
Yeah.
Hellhole or The Sadness?
Sadness, I gave a 6 out of 10. It didn't do anything for me. That was also a disappointment for me. But Hellhole, I gave, I think, a 7 1/4. That ending is ending's fantastic.
Awesome.
Fucking epic. Yeah.
Yeah, that ending is honestly that could have been close. Like that's one where I could rewatch it and it could be like this is an 8. This could belongs on the list because I remember you raving that one.
What about Sissy or Satan Slaves 2? I know Dave mentioned he didn't like Satan Slaves 2. Did you end up watching
Sissy's good shit.
Satan Slaves 2 I didn't watch. Sissy got a 7.5, or a 7.25. Another one that just missed. I had a lot of 7s and a lot of 7s to 7.5s.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give you a couple from. Did you see The Passenger? La Passengera?
I had it on my list to watch and I never got to it. There were two
Okay.
films. There were two films that I really wanted to see that I didn't get to, and that was The Righteous, only because you talked about it, and Bones and All. I didn't get to.
Oh, I was going to ask you about The Righteous, Bones and All, Soft and Quiet, and Master. That's what I was going to ask you about.
Soft and Quiet, 7 out of 10. The Master, 7. The Master, 7 out of 10. Both good films. Soft and Quiet. Honestly, I'd heard so much about it. I'm saying to myself, this is not a movie for me. And even though it was tough to watch, it was really well done.
Yeah, fuck
really,
yeah.
Yeah.
Second, you really brought me over with it too.
Oh man, the girl from It Follows, probably the most unlikable character I've ever seen in a movie.
She was. Oh, that's right. She was in It Follows. You know what else she's in? She's in Candyland. I think she's going places. This girl.
Nice. Yeah. I want to see Candyland.
I like her.
Cool.
Yeah, I think you'd like it. It's interesting.
I want to check it out too. I don't understand. Like, I guess it came to the theater limited release and it's available to rent, or you can use it on your MB or whatever. But it's not available to stream anywhere. So I just have to make the plunge and decide if I want to rent it or try to go see it.
What's Candyland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's streaming here for free yet. It's on it's
not for free. You have to buy it. Or,
here we can rent it on Prime for like $6, but
yeah, I think it was buy or rent is what I meant. Yeah. Sorry, but I think it was also playing at the theater. It had a very limited release. But anyway, this has been awesome, man. Epic. I glad you came back to do the list and not just hand it off to Dave to read. Not that would have been a problem. I'm glad I came back, and with everything going on right now, literally I'm pretty much home 24/7 because I'm not going to leave my dad alone while he still needs help getting around, and so I'm home. So I was just like, I'm up this early anyway. Well, I hope he keep us posted.
Yeah, no, he's doing great. Like seriously, like he's well on his way back to full recovery. It's just going to take a little while. My guess is another month. And
it's weird. It feels like no time's gone by with us either, man. Like
I know.
It's just like I said, almost a year earlier, and it just felt like like we didn't do those other shows.
Right.
Honestly, over the last year, really the only thing I've been doing differently is this is the most I've ever been on my computer in a year. I go on my computer maybe a minute a day every day. I haven't sat on my computer at all. I just don't use it anymore. I was tired of sitting on it, watching movies on it. I don't do that anymore. And I spend a lot of time with the nieces and nephews.
Awesome.
That's
awesome.
What I do.
Man. I go to Pennsylvania a lot. They come up here a lot. I got another one coming in 11 days or 9 days.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, February 2nd. A new baby, a baby
new
niece.
Edition.
A baby niece.
That's fucking great, man.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. Thanks.
Wow. How many kids do they have now? 4? 3?
My brother, this is his 5th.
Okay, I knew it was a lot.
Because he has 2 with his first wife, the older ones, Jake and Emma, who you guys have met seen on here a million times, and with his new wife, this is their 3rd and final. They're done now.
Does the old wife know about the new wife?
What's that?
Know about her. Yeah, she found out on Facebook. She liked her video. She liked her video.
It's little Kim. It's
in a new
little
relationship with. It's little Kim.
I did say it's little Kim. I just thought it wasn't a good joke and nobody laughed. I didn't realize you could hear it.
I didn't even hear that. It's little Kim.
Check out this reel.
Holy shit. Well, I guess we gotta go. It's too bad. I could stay fucking for another hour. But we gotta go.
Lie, you gotta do another show.
Yeah, in an hour.
It's like double booked.
In an hour I got another show. I'm chilling.
I'm teasing anyway.
Come on, man. And then I got the Bills game at 3, so we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's that, huh? B. It's been fucking great.
This was a blast. I'm just thankful. Thank you to everyone who reached out and everyone who's asked about me. Everything's good. I do plan on making some appearances over the next year. So hopefully it won't be another 11 months between shows.
Right
awesome.
On. Yeah. We won't review movies either. Well, now we have a reason to have BS shows because this is what we have. We haven't really done BS shows since you've been gone. That's what we do.
I love BS
We're not going to do it. All right, but now people aren't going to care if you. Not that they didn't care anyway, but
Yeah.
if you want to come on, it could just be a BS show every time. We could just have a topic to talk about it, and people will be happy
Yeah.
because you're here. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win, I think. You know.
I'd even
So-
pop on and review a movie. I definitely am not at the point where it's like, oh, we're doing these 4 films. I'd just be like, I can't do that.
No, 4 is out of the question. It's 2 the most. It's 2 the most
Yeah.
at this point. You know. Yeah. Fuck that. Those days are over. That's why we don't have the Patreon the way it used to be, where people could pick every damn thing, because it's just got to be so much. You know. And I get it. But yeah.
I'll never
No,
forget
it's
the
been awesome.
even though it was a good show and it didn't really affect me. I just remember thinking when we set up the show, the Apostle Midsommar director's cut, Suspiria remake show. I remember like doing the show was great. I actually really enjoyed that show, but I remember thinking this show might kill me. Because every movie is like 2 hours and 30
Yeah.
minutes.
They're all long watches too. It's
Yeah.
and I love how we all look at it. And what's every movie needs to be over 2 hours now? Like, I mean, we joke about Terrifier, but like every movie seems to be 2 hours and 15 minutes to 2.5 hours. I'm like, I don't need more bang for my buck. Just give me a good movie. I still stand strong with that 80 to a 90-minute time frame. I love that. I love that.
That's the perfect time frame. It always will be, especially for horror films.
Oh,
For sure. All non-horrors over 2 hours too, though.
Yeah,
It
the
isn't just
non.
horror
I've
movies.
seen some good non-horror too lately, but like everything is 2 hours and 15 minutes. I wanted to watch Elvis. I haven't watched it yet. 2 hours
There
and
you
like
go.
50 minutes. Like
tell me what you think of that, because I had to leave after 15, not because it just was so the filming was so like it's ADHD filmmaking. It's always moving. I couldn't focus on anything, and it was actually annoying me. So I said I'm not going to watch this movie, and then I just watched The Fabelmans, and I liked it. I wanted to love it because it is a love letter again to film making, but I just found like it's loosely based on Spielberg, but a lot of it is true.
Would you say that
way too long?
Would you say the camera work for Elvis had you all shook up?
I would say it.
Awesome. What a fucking.
That's how they end the show. We just said that fucking.
Right.
Did you watch Banshees of Inisherin?
No, I wanted to. That sounded amazing. Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's honestly that and Everything Everywhere was great. Also, those are my 2 favorite non-horror films that I've watched in the last year. And those obviously like all
I
the
heard
award
Banshees
films.
was awesome.
Banshees was fantastic.
About the two former friends that reconnect and realize they kind of hate each other.
It's so great. It's dark comedy. It's really well done.
Cool.
What about that one? Did you watch Night of the Crawdads or whatever the hell that thing was called?
Oh, Where the Crawdads Sing.
No, but I want to see it because I like her because she was great and fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah, that's
all I know
her.
is that the whole Crawdad thing is ridiculous.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Don't even get
Crawdads,
him started on Crawdads.
crazy. You're right.
Don't even get him started.
You're right.
On Crawdads?
Yeah.
What is a
They
crawdad?
got so many fucking
No,
names. What makes them
get
so
him
special?
started.
But is
I
a
won't.
crawdad like a shrimp?
I don't.
Very
It's
simple.
all fucked up.
Crab-like, and that's all we're gonna
Crab-like,
say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up
Not
online
crab,
because it'll be a fucking
yeah.
10-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Aren't they the
Bottom
ones
line
they
is-
doing like the
Like
big
crayfish.
boils?
You
Yeah,
probably
like
know
the-
them as crayfish.
They like boil them and then pour them on the newspaper and you eat them,
Why
right?
am I helping with this?
You did it. I wasn't gonna say either of those words
Yeah.
because now
Yeah.
we're done. We can't
Bum's the
get into
word.
that.
A big
We
clam
had that
bake. A
conversation.
crawdad bake.
Google it on your own time. In your
Google.
1
Yeah.
minute session on the computer tomorrow.
1 minute a day. Yeah, that's great.
It's-
And you're gonna watch Skinamarink for 7 minutes a day.
Honestly, I've done that with some films. I rented The Missing, the Asian film that was on my list. $6 to rent it. I watched like the first hour of it. I got tired. Went back to finish it 2 days later. They only give you 2 days to finish the movie once you start it. I had to re-rent it for $2 more.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
It cost me like $13 to rent this movie.
This fucking
At least it made a list, right?
Yeah, at least it made the list. So
Only thing missing is money from my wallet. There was another one that I do that with. No, it was Terrifier. Remember, we got the screener for Terrifier. I'm like, Dave sent it to me, Terrifier 2 screener. I'm like, holy fuck, Dave, we got to watch this movie before midnight. And it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, which I had 2.5 hours to watch it. I'm like, shit. Then I realized it was for a month later. It was a month expiration date.
Ah.
You know what
I'm
movie
like,
was?
sons
You know
of
what
bitch.
movie was good? This will be the last thing I say about movies, but it was also on Screambox. That's what I thought about it. It's called When the Screaming Starts.
Oh, I heard about that. Isn't
Yeah,
that from a director of something else that was good?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Or
what else he
streaming
did.
show.
Yeah, he might have done something, but it was very good. It was also on Screenbox, and it was just one I rented also that is worth checking out. I only thought of it because when we got Screenbox to watch Terrifier 2, I found that on there.
Was it actually horror though? I think I remember hearing that it wasn't.
No,
That's
it's
why
horror.
I skipped it.
It's horror. It's like a guy who's
I think it was a comedy or something. I thought I could be wrong though.
It's got comedic elements, but it's horror.
Okay.
When the Screaming starts. Okay. That last year.
Yeah, 2022.
Cool.
Yeah, right on. Okay, yeah, we better get
Well,
out of here.
this has been awesome, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Great to see you again too. Not just
Great
like
to see
text a few
you.
things back. And,
Yeah, man.
you
for
should
sure.
have hold in the laugh almost. Great to see you.
I'm looking at my notes.
Yeah.
Smile. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope to be back soon.
Hope to be back soon.
Awesome.
Thank you. What's the name of the podcast again? Exploding Heads. Yeah, okay.
Oh no, we
man.
changed that. That's been changed now.
Yeah.
TJF.
Now, would you guys have been upset if I appeared on another podcast doing my top 10 of the year?
Oh.
I never even reached out to you guys.
I half expected when I listened to Heather's and Scott's that you were going to be guest on that
I would have been
show,
sad.
to be honest. But I would have been sad. That
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been like, God damn it. I just would have been like, oh.
No.
I would have had the deflated Dave. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deflate, Dave.
Yep. Straight deflated.
Deflate.
Yep. Anyway, we're not deflated
But we're
now.
glad.
We're
Oh.
elated still. Fucking.
Rated?
We're good. But we gotta go. Next show is the big one. Next shows are the big one. I can't wait for fucking 200. Holy fuck! Oh man. Anyway,
Yeah, if you
we'll
thought
save
this
it
was
all.
big, if you thought B being back was
See?
the big show, fuck it. 200's next.
Wow.
Fuck B. Fuck B.
What a perfect thing though. 199.
Yeah. Ooh,
Boom.
I got a
A
head
visit
rush
from
there.
B in 200. I need this guy's head button shit.
Fucking
So-
guy. When he hit his mic early in the show, Dave, did you notice? Like the room shook.
Yeah.
His whole room shook. Like I got
Boom!
scared.
Shake, shake, shake the room.
I have a book here. I just did it again. I had a book here, and my hands hit the book, which hit this, and hit my computer. So I think everything just went like, ah.
Yeah, and it looks like the shelves are shaking.
Oh,
Everything's
you
a-okay. We're
You
I'm
gotta
on
put
solid
put
ground.
a tool belt on Jason behind you.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got his tool belt right here.
Yeah, look at that thing. Jesus, that's some serious bulge he's got going there.
poor Jason.
Poor Jason.
Jason's
They've
got
defaced
nards.
him. They've defaced him. Oh, yeah.
I'm laughing and wheezing uncontrollably. I think I'm dying.
Nards. Ah, all right.
Again, let's do
We
it.
gotta go.
We'll do it
I
again
would.
soon. 200
Absolutely.
next.
Yeah. Peace out. We love you. We love you, B, and we love you, listeners.
Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
See you soon. Goodbye. Manchichi, manchichi.